said, let me make sure that I want to make sure. We did the mill, which is where we are right now. And do we need a? We don't need like we don't need a kind of like a refresher of where we are and what we're doing, right?
No, we're solid, man.
Awesome. So we finished everything with we killed everybody in here. We survived the ambush, and as we walked out to see what was happening, we saw the shadow of this dragon flying by, and that's kind of where we're gonna pick up.
Okay.
So we're gonna go. I'm preloading a scene so I can get us there. You can do it. You can do it. Or maybe it can't do it. I don't know. But 98% it's loading.
Oh yeah, you know.
I'm like, come on, you can do it. I think I've put one too many things on the map, and so that's been the problem. Like the problem's like I read online that if you just put everything the way I've done it, like it kind of takes away because it's just holding everything on memory really quickly. And I was like, well, that kind of makes sense that it's overtaxed a little bit.
Okay. Well,
But
if you need to erase some of it, like the church or the mill or the sewer, we know where those things
well,
are.
yeah, maybe
Or
I'll need to at
arrows,
some point. I think I just feel bad doing it because I'm like, no, I kind of liked it.
Oh, okay, killer.
But I think I just need to figure out a way to um, import it or export it, and so it just goes away.
Okay.
I'm looking at hold on Foundry. Should be fine. It's not really consuming that many resources. I don't know. Anyways, I was just looking at the resources. All right, so we are at the mill. So we're on the bottom left corner of the map. We have walked out of this mill and we see this dragon fly by, kind of like in this general direction of my cursor, coming this way. And as it gets closer and closer and closer to the keep, you just see them open its mouth and spew lightning.
Oh gosh.
Uh, so what do you choose to do?
So he spews lightning. Does it look like
Yes.
he's circling back around for another pass?
Yeah. So he throws like from where you are, you can see him in the dark with the fire. It's kind of hard to like keep track of him at all times because it's
Yeah.
lighter below than above. But the few times that you can see him, especially like closer to the middle, because that's where most majority of the fire is happening. You do see him come up, and then you can see that he's kind of flying around, but he's not making the second pass yet.
Okay. Man, I don't know how the heck we're thinking about taking on this dragon.
Yeah, when you say what do you want to do against this dragon, the answer that I can come up with is try not to be in his way. Like
That's
Yeah.
fine. Like,
I don't.
you
So,
have it. Like, go ahead, Nate.
how big is this dragon?
Um, you haven't seen him up close and personal, so you're not sure if he's a young or an adult. Like, I know their sizes are different. I am currently googling exactly
Oh,
how
sure.
much of a difference, and I think mostly my question is,
A young is 10 by 10, and adult would be, I believe, 15 by 15.
yeah,
Ancient gets bigger.
right, and so I think that's kind of why I'm thinking like you can't like you can tell he's not a wormling, you can tell he's not a ancient dragon, but you don't know if he's young or adult.
Yeah. I guess what I was asking is he car sized or city bus sized? Do you know what I mean? Or is he the size of a freight train?
Um,
Like a city bus?
so yeah, in a 15 by 15, I would say it's maybe like three city buses put together, maybe two. Like if you line them up side by side. because
yeah.
it's kind of like a square, right? So
Wingspan for sure.
right, and so like I think that would be what I would say, like three city buses next to each other without including the full length of the wingspan.
Sure. Gotcha.
I think that if does that help with illustration?
Oh, amen. It does. That means, bro, we stand no chance at beating this thing, but I can't just watch these people get attacked the whole time. Maybe we can try to. Do you know anything about trying to run them off?
Dragons or the people living here?
Well, the dragon itself.
Well, I know that they typically don't like, being attacked or whatever, but that obviously they're formidable. I know that some dragons will probably run off whenever they're attacked. Like they're not dumb animals, is what I'm saying. But that'll just sit there and attack to the death most of the time.
But like some of the lore, and I'm just speaking from my character, not from Anthony. Some of the lore that the dwarven folks say is that they're kind of untouchable. That you could hit their scales and it wouldn't do anything to them. But
Yeah,
that might just be the great worms under the mountain.
I've had many interactions with folks who know dragon well, and they would agree.
As you're having this conversation, you see the dragon kind of like he circles around. You manage to catch him up in the air. You see him like kind of circle around to the outside over the church and come back around and do another roar and spew lightning. And with the lightning passing over the houses, you see a couple of them catch on fire and get destroyed. And as he's making it past over the castle, it's really hard to see. Actually, can you both roll? I'll do it too. Let's do a perception one. A perception roll.
Okay. Let me go to that real quick.
Well, that's a good roll. Wow.
Ooh.
A 9.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Bumpy's too short.
Yep.
So, yeah, Bumpy, you don't notice this, but Acer and Gray, or Gray will say this. So you see the dragon pass by, and Acer, you will notice this too. But Gray mentions, guys, that's a ballista top of the castle? And once he brings it up, Acer, you've already clocked this, but once he brings it up, Bumpy, now you can make them out as the dragon's passing for the few seconds that you see the light of the lightning, and you can see like from where we are, they look kind of like miniature crossbows, and they're shooting like miniature arrows at this kind of like medium-sized dragon from where you are.
Oh, so these people are actually fighting back.
So you see them, they shoot, and there's like about 3 of them that shoot at the dragon. None of them connect, but you've seen them.
Okay, so if these guys are able to fight back, is us being up there going to help or hinder them? Or should we be prepared just to help drag them off and fill the firing seat if they get hurt?
Or should we try to get his attention on the ground and maybe keep him from moving so much? That's kind of a more suicidal option, but it's an option.
That's a very suicidal option. That's GM Matthias saying that, by the way. But
okay, that lets me know. Don't do that.
But he never said that, right? Like, he never said that.
Okay, look.
I'll say that out loud. I'll just be like, I got a bad feeling about that. Let's not do that.
So just throwing this out there, maybe we should go back into the keep and try to help them, try to lend whatever we can to them to help run this dragon off if we can.
Do you think that we would have better accuracy, with
they seem to be a bunch of farm boys and garrison fighters. Maybe not. I'm not trying to be uppity, but not quite on our level.
I've been trained in many aspects of weaponry, and I would say the basics of ballista are going to be the same as any projectile that I've.
I mean, it's just a big version of my crossbow, right?
That's true. Okay, well, let's try to get up there and see if we can't lend a hand. Assuming
you
it
see
doesn't
the
blow the whole
dragon.
place.
The dragon flies by this way now, with his breath, and then comes back up.
Okay, so he's breathed his breath weapon several times already, correct?
Yes.
Would I have player knowledge, of course, that they can only use it a certain number of times per day. But is there any chance my dwarf would?
Let me double check one thing real quick, and then I'll answer your question.
Sure. Maybe it's like a
Um,
recharge or something, but
it's a recharge.
yeah,
That's what. So player to GM to player, it's at a recharge.
okay.
Your dwarf would know that it does take. You know what? Do either history or animal check. Leave it to that.
History or what, buddy?
Or animal handling. So
Okay.
either whichever one's better, it's best for you. I think both of those could apply here.
Okay.
Maybe even Arcana if you want to do Arcana.
Well, I got a 12. It's me.
Yeah, I think you would know that it takes. They can't just like breathe and like it's not that every single breath they do can be a breath like a breath attack. They have to breathe in between breaths, but you don't know anything else. You just know that like they do it, they have to wait, they wait a little, and then they do it again. You don't know if that's by choice or by some other mechanism.
For sure.
Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, for sure. That at a minimum, I would just know that it's not just that they can just do it all day long, just
Right,
every
right.
6 seconds.
I think that's really kind of what I was trying to get to, and I said it in a very not eloquent way.
That's all right.
So thank you.
Cooperative storytelling, right? We help each other.
Yes.
Yeah. So in the meantime, we're all dashing back, I'm supposing.
Yeah, I think we should get back there post haste.
Yeah. I like it.
Are we going the same way?
Yes, along the river.
So the way we came to the mill was on this way, right? Along the river on the south side of the river,
Yep.
all the way to
Cutting
the bridge, cutting through the bridge, and then coming around this house and into the main building? Or are we using the sewer?
We're gonna use the sewer. I don't want them to have to open up that front gate, man.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Let's do.
Were you gonna be on camera or no? You don't have to be. I was just curious.
Yeah, now that you're asking for it.
No, you're fine. You don't
Yippee-ki-yay,
have to.
No, I'll be on camera. Boom. Peace. I will blur my background. I'm sure nobody wants to see my stairs.
Ah,
Let's do one quick thing then. Let's roll. So we're dashing, right?
correct.
Okay. Let's roll for athletics, please.
Okay.
Go ahead and do it with advantage, because y'all have gone through this pass plenty of times. Okay, so 11, 16, and then I need to do a gray one. So hold on. Maybe I should. Let me see if I pop this onto a different screen, if that's better. Go here, and then I said athletics. Add advantage. Oh, but then they was. Really wish I could reveal to everyone. Oh, that's cool. So I can just keep everything as private and then just reveal as it needs to
That's
be
cool.
revealed. Yeah. Oh, and then you can make them private too. Awesome. Okay. Well, that's very cool. Okay. Let's do that. Let me do one more thing, and then we'll be ready to. Cool. All right. So you take off and start running as fast as you can. You've done this trek before, so you're foregoing stealth and you're just running around along, and you manage to run all the way across, like from the river, without finding any person, like any bad guys, any person, anything of anything, and you manage to get all the way to the bridge. As you get to the bridge, give me 1 second. you've seen the dragon fly above and around and doing its own things, but you haven't seen him like come around and breathe, blah, 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 use this breath and anymore. Um, so you manage to get all the way to the bridge, and from the bridge you cross the bridge, waiting for a couple of seconds, catch your breath for just a few, like for just a little bit, and you see there's no enemies, no nothing, and so you just dart across and you start making all the way to the sewers. It takes you a couple of more minutes, and we'll say that the entirety of this will take about, I don't know. The distance is not said. Let me see if I can tell you real quick what the distance would have been, and then approximate how much time you've been doing this. Um, and as you've been going around, by the way, you have like, so hold on, it's about a finger's width, 4, 5, 6. So it's about 600 feet at 60 feet. Yeah, about 10 minutes. Yeah. So it takes you about 10 minutes to get all the way through. Maybe 5 minutes. I'm trying to do 10, like tense math, and I just realized that that's not how this works. So, probably would have taken less than that if you're dashing at 60 feet every 6 seconds, and that's 100 feet. Yeah. Okay. So it takes you about like 7 or 8 minutes of sprinting and running and everything. You manage to get to the sewers, and at this point, you've seen the dragon fly by and not use its breath weapon anymore. But you have seen him. Like he is around and coming around.
Okay.
So let me do one more roll. Oops. Figure out. Let me try something before we continue. Sorry. Are 1d20 greater than 50? Let's see. I see. Is that, do you have to do it this way? No, okay. Sorry. You managed to make it to the sewer, and as you make it to the sewer and you get to there, you manage to get through, and you are back in the main, like you're making your way all the way through into the, um, what is this called? I'm trying to find the map that I had given y'all. Oops. Come on. All right. Finally. So you managed to. So you go through the grades. You make it into the sewers, and you manage to make your way all the way back up into the keep. And I know the keep is loading, but we make it back into the keep. Um, so here's what the keep would look like, and we will say that you have ballistas. Excuse-moi. You have a ballista here, here. Oops. Um, and then there would be one more atop this. Like I know we're looking at the inside, so there's no roof, but it would be on the roof on top of this.
Sure.
Actually, I think we're gonna move it outside. We're gonna move it here. So 2 on the inside, especially for this thing. 1 on the outside of the bridge, because that makes more sense so you can shoot at the bridge, like past the bridge. Otherwise, I feel like it's kind of silly.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And y'all can see here, right? Like I don't like
Yeah.
the light
Yeah.
is good. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. We are right here. Oh, nope. Don't do that. So currently our tokens are in here, and I'm gonna move us kind of like into the middle of the thing. So this is where we would be right now. Yeah. So we'll say the grate kind of like pulls you out here and here. Cool. So this is where we are.
Okay.
And as you make it, you breach. You get to the keep, and as you make it through the keep, you hear like the wings of the dragon that you've kind of been hearing them around, but you are hearing them this time. And you hear as you poke your way through and you can like where you are, you can still see like the blinding of lightning outside, and you hear screams and just screams. What do you do?
All right. Well, look, man. Without even talking to Night Healer fooling around, should we each go up to one of the ballista and start firing at this fucker?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. Which one you want, man? Where you want to go?
I'll take the middle one. I think you take the one closest, and then I
Okay.
think we leave Gray because he might be a little bit faster than us to take
that far one, huh?
far one.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, dude. I'm with you on that, man. You're all right. These little stubby legs, they're wasted over long distances. We're natural sprinters. So,
All right, let's put hands in on 3. Let's kill this dragon on 3. Ready? 1,
right.
2, 3. Kill this dragon.
Kill dragon. Yeah, there you go. Well done, sir.
And with that, I'll take off, and I'm assuming that you guys will too, towards
Oh yeah.
our respective areas.
My game's still paused though.
Same. It looks like our DM is as well.
Indeed. I think he's buffering. That's okay though. Uh-oh.
Maybe he's lost connection.
I think he has lost connection. Because on his little video screen, he ain't moving.
That or he's just really good at ignoring us right now. He's like really deep in thought.
Man, his mime game is on point. You know those guys that like paint themselves silver and try to stand still like statues?
He's doing a great job.
Oh, yeah.
There he goes.
Dadgum. See, this is where blind sight would come in handy.
He'd be able to see what he was doing.
Oh, yeah, indeed. Oh, well, I'm sure he'll be back in a minute. So I think if we peg this guy a few times, he'll run off.
Unless he's into that sort of thing.
My laptop. I'm restarting my laptop.
No problem, bud.
Not sure what happened. Can you hear me?
Yep, yeah. Gotcha, man.
Cool. Sorry.
Okay,
I think I know what did it. It was that roar that the dragon did.
Is that breath
I wonder
man?
if it was that or if it was something else. I think I may have caused my own doom. So we'll see. I think I know what did it though. Like we have I really don't know. It's all good. Did y'all manage to plan some fun things?
Yeah, we ready, man. We're gonna try to man them ballista, buddy. Each one of us is gonna go to one.
Okie dokie artichoke.
Wes had talked about pegging the dragon, so I don't know. We'll see.
Whoa there.
Hey, y'all do whatever y'all want.
I just, sometimes you got to be a little unorthodox, man.
I am here for all the different styles of playing that y'all want to do.
No. That was
is that a charisma roll or is that just straight athletics?
It'd probably be both.
The pegging the dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit both.
Okay,
And
fair
it's-
enough, man. It would be like on Shrek where Donkey was dating the dragon.
This
yeah,
is
I still have questions about that.
Yeah,
this is a different character. This is not my control board, so I'll have to pass on that one.
fair enough, man. Got you, bro.
You can do it, computer. You can do it.
You know, I was just thinking
Or you
about it.
can't.
Like, since Bumpy does a lot of DPS and is a little tanky, the spells that I pick could all be like area of effect spells like web or sleep. So could you imagine if you put darkness down and then I put web down on top of it and they're caught, can't escape, and they're stuck in darkness? All we need to do now is get a war wizard to throw a fireball in it.
We could do that, or we could just go in and make it our own personal little blender.
I like it, man.
Ah, ha ha ha.
We could do like thunderclap
Oh,
on them while they're
wee.
in there. Give them the clap, the thunderclap.
Cut the clap.
Thunder Club. Thunder. Whoa. Thunder.
Yep, that's the one.
Cool. That's kind of cool. Okay. Exit. All right, I am back. And now, like, I've been back on my phone. I'm going back on my laptop now. Okay. You'll hear me now?
Absolutely.
Cool. Do. Go here. I appreciate that this thing makes me log in every time.
You do?
Yeah, I do. I'm still very paranoid that like somebody's gonna hack into my Raspberry Pi.
I
Like,
can understand.
I don't like. It's pretty secure because like there's no ports open. Like somebody would have to like track my Cloudflare account and like figure out a way and like what my IP is and reverse engineer like the tunnel. But it still makes me like nervous.
Don't tell them how to do it.
Well, you know, I keep looking it up though. Like I keep going every time we play or something. I'm always like running like who's logged into the Raspberry Pi just to make sure it's just me.
I can understand though, man.
I'm a little I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious,
A little stitious.
Yeah, always.
For sure,
Okay, let
bro.
me look one quick
Mildly
thing at this
stitious.
tunnel. Yeah. So this tunnel should be good. I'm checking on the tunnel real quick to make sure it's. Yep, looks good. Yep. Cool, awesome. Sorry guys, I apologize for all of that. That was okay. So we're in this bottom corner, and you see the lightning and everything happen. And from where you are, there, there's a door behind, like kind of where Aether is.
Okay.
I don't think I drew it, so I kind of like have that broken. Can y'all see it now, right behind Acer? It's actually a door right there.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
So you can use that door to get onto the to get to where you want. I'm kind of moving the door a little bit so, but yeah, is that kind of what we're thinking going through the ballistas?
Yep.
Awesome.
So we had decided that I would go to the closest one, Acer would go to the second closest one, and Gray would go to the furthest across the
Perfect.
field.
Awesome. So while we're doing this, we're gonna put another player in the map. Right. So there's a dragon.
When you're roaring, the mics are not picking it up.
Oh, that's very upsetting. I'm just gonna start saying roar. Roar.
That's not
I don't
nearly
know.
as climactic, though.
I don't know. But you do get to see the dragon. Do y'all see him now?
Yes, I see a dragon.
He's
Oh yeah, I got you.
he's kind of like hanging out right there. He's not really there. He's flying around. But I wanted to give y'all I can put him in the middle, like if y'all just want to get like an idea of what he looks like. Like,
Honestly,
roar!
I think you just keep moving him around kind of at random. Because it
Well, let's
looks.
see if this is what he sounds like. Is that it?
I didn't hear that, sorry.
I didn't hear it either. Oh, I'm very sad.
Oh, y'all can't hear it?
No, I'm very
Oh,
upset.
that's weird. I'm putting it right next to the microphone. Oh well. I did my best. I'll try something next time.
um, again, so y'all have seen this dragon like fly around and everything. All right, so we'll say it'll take Gray about 3 turns to get to the outside ballista. Bumpy, I think it'll take you 2 to get to that one because you'd have to go so like through this door all the way through this door down and then all the way around this way.
What?
Do you mean
Ah,
What? I
Acer?
think I just have to go through one door.
no, you like Acer has to go through one door.
I think.
Acer just needs to go through this door right here, right?
No,
Nah, bro, that's
that's
me.
Bumpy. I think you got us mixed up. I'll be going to the far one.
Oh, okay, my bad. Okay, so Bumpy goes to this one, and then Acer is going to this one.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, and then I'm going to that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I still think it's about that. It's about damn time. Uh, it's about 30 to get to there. 15, 20. Yeah, it'd probably take about like with walls and everything. It'll probably take like 3 turns. Two dashing turns for Acer to get to this one. It'll take uh Gray 3 dashes to get to his, and Bumpy, you can get to yours in I think 1 dash.
Yeah, one dash.
Awesome.
For
Yep.
sure.
So I'm gonna roll something. Cool, Bumpy, you are. Unless there's anything else you want to do, you are at your ballista,
Okay, sweet, bro.
and the dragon is not nearby right now.
Okie doke.
Um. Cool. Uh, Acer, you're in the main ground somewhere right now, with like anywhere with like nearby Gray. I'm also like telling you kind of where you are. I'm going by turns, just kind of like so y'all can kind of like see if there's anything you can do, or if there's anything you want to do or talk to or whatever you can. But I don't think that's what we're trying to do. So if I move too fast, let me know.
No, you're doing great.
Let me ask
Cool.
you about proficiency bonus attacking with a ballista.
Okay.
For the fighter class, all it says is simple weapons, martial weapons, which is all the weapons in a weapon list.
Mm-hmm.
So, is that a yes or a no for that proficiency
As a
bonus?
fighter, you would have like I would have like what you were a street urchin.
I'm sorry?
Your background was an urchin, right?
Correct, yeah.
I don't think as an urchin you would have picked up that skill, actually. Does that seem fair?
I accept that you're the dungeon master and I'm going to do what you say. I just don't understand how our background as a child would have anything to do with it.
So yeah, I think what I was thinking is like as a fighter, like as a fighter, I understand you have and this is also I think this is a discussion that I know it looks like I'm coming off as a ruling. This is an open dialogue, and I want to make sure that we're all comfortable and we can all make a decision together. So I'm going to explain my train of thought, and then we can go from there. My train of thought was this: as an as a fighter, you get proficiency with all martial and simple weapons. I personally, I think a ballista would require a specific type of training to have that proficiency with you.
Oh, I understand that, sure.
And
Absolutely.
so I was thinking that if you had been a soldier as your background, I could understand where you could say, well, I had some experience with ballistas as a soldier.
Sure, I can understand that.
I think as an urchin, it kind of feels like where would you have gotten that idea, that training? Um, I think that was where my brain was going. How do y'all feel about that?
I think I agree with you that I do not get the proficiency bonus for a different reason. Like I'm not seeing it from the urchin point of view, but I am seeing it as this is a very specialized weapon that even most fighters wouldn't really have access to unless you were specifically, like you said, soldier background.
Mm-hmm.
So I can really understand that point of view right there.
Okay. I think that Wesley, then that will probably go to you as well, maybe.
So I have counterpoints for me specifically.
And go for it.
The Elven Archer, or the Elven Accuracy, like I
Mhm.
would have been trained in a variety of, different weapons, and I know that as a player, I remember reading somewhere that Drow like to use like spider ballista, so probably would have been amongst the training in some capacity.
But I'm asking questions. I'm not saying yes or no, just asking questions. But you didn't grow up with a drow, right? Like you just grew up in a like from what I remember in your background, like you grew up on a small village hunting with your mom and your dad when they took you, but like there was no like and I think and I don't know, I think I'm defaulting back to the background just because classes don't specifically talk about ballista as a weapon.
Yeah.
So I didn't picture there were ballistas on this village, and maybe this village was a little bit bigger than I was picturing originally.
I think I wrote that we had anywhere from 300 to 500, unless I'm making that up, which is possible because it's been a while, and there's a lot of text exchanged. Um, no, so this was. Well, I don't know if I should explain this full backstory with Anthony here. Well, I mean, just like I thought we were keeping it somewhat secret, as in having it come out naturally amongst the
Well,
course.
let's be frank with one another. If it wouldn't make sense in any world for a fighter not to get a proficiency bonus for a ballista and a warlock to get it. In no world does that make sense ever.
See that?
But
Um,
I'm more fighter than you are.
let me do. Okay,
I
then
mean,
let's make this easier. Hold on one second.
and
So
let's talk about the
one.
prevalence of ballista for a moment, right? Like,
Mhm.
I thought you made a solid point about the soldier class specifically, because ballista don't sit inside little towns. They
Right,
sit on,
and so
they
and I
sit on
think that would be the same thing with Wes, right?
they sit on large fortifications, not even necessarily just to keep. That
Hmm.
ballista were almost specifically used for either besieging armies, right, of 5 to 8,000 people, or large castles that protected dukes and kings.
Yeah, I mean,
All
I would
right.
agree.
So hold on. Let's make it. Hold on. Trying to get.
So if there is something in your story about belonging to a besieging army, like if you had conquered towns and you were an evil drow at one time, maybe that might make sense for you.
No, we would not have been that way.
Right.
Yeah, and I completely understand how it wouldn't apply to mine.
Yeah, I think in this case, I think Wesley, with the number of people that you would have, like yeah, like you would have access to most shooting weapons. I don't think a ballista or like one of those big crossbows. Like I think that's not I think it just falls in the same thing as like the category that we're like Bumpy's saying, right? Like I don't think you would have had experience with these.
I'm fine with that. And for the purposes of continuing, I think let's get it on.
Yeah, let's get it.
Like I think Gray doesn't have proficiencies with any of these. I can guarantee that for everybody. So um,
He could investigate it really quick.
he
He's the
could, but I don't
greatest
think he'll have
investigator in the
that.
world.
Man, he is not there yet. He's level 1 or level 2, excuse me. Okay, so we're gonna do one more um one more pass. All right, so at this point he's flying above, but he is gonna make a pass this way. You'll see the dragon move. He's gonna move outside, like in that general direction. If you would like to take a shot at him bumping,
Absolutely.
he is a little bit farther out, like the range of a ballista. And I'll put. I don't know if this is a. Hold on. I'm just gonna put it on the chat, mainly because I don't necessarily know where else to put it at this moment in time. So let me do something. So let me actually, I'm gonna put it here. So 120 or 80. Oops. Oh, come on. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna paste this on the chat, by the way. This makes a lot more sense, guys.
On
I
Discord?
think, yeah, I'm gonna put it here on the chat on the Discord because it's a picture. So I'm just gonna put it there. I think this will alleviate all of our questions as to
Okay.
whether you get proficiency bonus or not.
Okay.
So it has an armor class, hit points, damage immunities. You have to, so it fires heavy bolts. Before it can be fired, it has to be loaded and aimed. It takes one action to load it, one action to aim it, and one to fire it. You get a +6 to hit, no matter, like, you don't have to be proficient. You get a +6, and then there's the ranges and the damage.
So, is it possible that there are other people around us that we can enlist to help us do this loading? If one
You
loads, one aims, one fires.
absolutely you can. You absolutely can. It will require you to try and well, it won't require much right now. Let me go ahead and mark a couple of things. So where you are right now, Bumpy, there is a person in that ballista with 3 dead bodies around him.
Okay, so I'll holler at him as nice as I can. My charisma's pretty low, but as nice as possible for me to load this thing so I can aim it and shoot.
Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and you would have had, so you got there, you would have told him that. I gave everybody an action because then we moved. So you
Okay.
get to aim and go ahead and roll with disadvantage because he's outside of that 120 range.
Okay, since I don't have an icon for that, you want me to just roll generically?
Uh, yeah, so it would be just a roll of 1d20. Like, yeah, just do a 1d20 +6, and then maybe we do that twice. I think that would make sense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
Okay.
really good. And then do
Right.
it one more time to see the disadvantage.
Roll the 20.
Okay. Man, you ain't like you see the dragon come around, and as he's coming around and flying, you see him open his mouth and a little blue light, kind of like you can see it in its throat. And as you're doing that, you kind of get a little spooked because you've never been like you notice how big this dragon is. You, Bumpy, know that this is an adult dragon,
Okay.
and you go to shoot, but like just because you thought he was gonna shoot you at the same time as you shot, the bolt goes wide.
Okay, gotcha.
But you have a measure of what this guy is. He is a adult dragon.
Got you, brother man. Got you.
So with that, we're gonna do one random turn, like one more turn, so everybody gets to take an action as the dragon is flying.
Sure.
Uh, which means Acer, if you use your entire dodge, you get to your ballista.
Okay.
And man, in yours, there's a guy like not right next to it, but he is hiding, like by the like that little vegetables or something. And there's bodies about in where you are. There's about 6 or 7 bodies, like nearby.
Okay.
Just like you can clearly tell that this lightning went through them.
I'll say that he needs to come help me, or we're all gonna end up like them.
Roll persuasion. And Bumpy, what are you doing while he's doing that?
Man, getting that guy to reload so I can re-aim.
Cool, awesome. So the guy grabs the heavy bolt, drops it. Wesley, you succeed, or Acer, you succeed. So he drops a heavy bolt on it, and then you start taking aim, looking for that dragon, and you haven't seen it yet.
Okay, cool.
Acer, this guy is coming around, and he's like, "Are you sure we can do this? We're gonna end up like this. It's terrible." But he's coming to help, and he's like kind of like trying to pick up one of the bolts to load it. Everybody good? Anything else?
Oh yeah, good to go, man.
All right. So one more turn goes on. Gray will get to his. So we'll put that there. In this case, hold on. One second. Acer, he like the guy is like shaking and whatever, but he managed to drop the bolt in place. And then you see again out of range, but you're seeing the dragon fly by. He is out of that 120 range, but y'all can, if you want to try and shoot him, he is within the 480 range.
Can I just delay until I think he's back in range?
You absolutely can. What about you, Bumpy?
Oh, if I can fire again, I think I had better wait again until he's within range.
Sounds good. All right, we're going again. Okay, Gray's gonna do Gray things. Y'all don't worry about that.
Cool.
That's racist.
Thanks. And then, so you're looking. Acer, have you been aiming?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're aiming and aiming and aiming, and you see the fire and all this wrestle around, and then you hear it. And you see the dragon coming within range with a bluish lightning across his mouth, and you see him open his mouth, and just the breath goes as he flies across the middle of the keep. He is in range. He's not aiming for y'all, so that's up to y'all if you want to shoot. He is burning like this part of the keep, though.
I would
definitely.
absolutely like to shoot.
Go for it. So let's roll 1d20 plus 6 for both of y'all.
Oh, that's pretty nice.
That is a pretty good one. Boom!
Double 17s.
Nice.
Double 17s, guys. By all means, roll 3d10. That hits. $16 points of damage. All right. So you see the dragon. He opens his mouth and spews, and just roars around, spewing lightning out of its mouth. As he's making his way through, you see and you notice that a couple of people who were not lucky enough in the keep, like around the keep and everywhere, they get incinerated, and 6 of them just drop instantly. Wesley, that was 4 next to, like 4 kind of like in your general area, and then Bumpy, you saw there were two people hiding that you hadn't noticed before, and they just got incinerated by the lightning shooting around. But as the dragon makes it through, you both take aim, holding, and shoot. And one of your bolts, Acer's, your bolt hits him right like above his hind leg on your side, and it lodges deep, causing the dragon to kind of like roar again in pain. And as he's roaring in pain, Bumpy, yours hits him, and it kind of like gets stuck near his knee on your side, which causes him to roar in more pain as he's making his way past through everything. So he's moving in this. Why can't I move him? He's moving in this general direction. And as he moves in this general direction and makes it through, you'll follow him with ballistas, and he's roaring and roaring, and you see him break past from your vantage point. He's really easy to follow, especially with the noise that he makes. And you see him spew lightning once more, and then you see him fly off into the distance.
Oh, dang.
Not coming back.
Is there any fire in the keep?
And not in the keep, but yes, around and above the buildings.
Okay.
You could safely assume that it will get into the keep. It's more like the damage the lightning has done is not a big, massive fire. It's just like the lightning hits and like little sparks of fire have caught into like around the castle, but nothing that will like get into the keep and destroy it.
So I
I'm
don't think
thinking
it's
this-
an issue then. Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, good answer.
Oh, my
Bumpy,
bad.
you were saying something?
I'm thinking maybe this is a what am I trying to say? Sorry. Maybe this is a diversion so that the some kind of invading army or something is trying to go in through that sewer. So I'm gonna try to see if I can peer over the wall to see if there's any bad guys approaching the keep.
1 minute. And you give me 1 second, I can tell you. Roll perception for me.
Okay. Why are you being mean and not pulling at perception? There it is. Okay, good for you. Okay.
Okay, so you start looking around, and as you look over the edge here, kind of where like I'm making the little blinky. So as you see that, like you look over, and I cannot make this thing up. You do see a couple of people sneaking by, like along that side of the castle.
Okay.
I'll tell you what you're gonna see. I will pull them and put them there. 1 second. So it is.
Of course,
one
I
of
would
these.
yell at the top of my lungs that there are enemy at the walls.
Sweet. 1, 2, 3. And why do you see past my plans? It was very upsetting.
I see 3 kobolds, what looks like 3 white robed somethings.
Yeah,
And
they were the same white road things that Joe fought in the mill.
Got you.
In this case, they're called acolytes.
Okay. How far down are they? Like, how tall is this wall that I'm on, bud?
This wall is about 25 feet. Like it does go up. There's second floors here on the inside. So yeah, you're about 25 feet.
Okay, got you. All right, so first things first, I would yell that there's enemy at the walls, and then I guess I'll get my crossbow and prepare to start firing down on them.
All right. Before you shoot, and let me come back to it. You'll have advantage on that, by the way.
Sure, man.
You hear, Wes, you hear enemy at the walls from across like the other from across the way, like the vertically across from you. You you would have recognized it as Bumpy.
Okay, I'll start looking around my area as well. Would I see the maybe the tail end? Oops, hold on, let me.
Man, y'all are no fun.
Oh, Jesus, there's so many guys.
Okay, Wes, that is what you see from where you are.
Okay, I'll take actions when you tell me I am allowed.
Bumpy, I have a question. Would you have yelled enemy at the wall, then shot, or shot, then enemy at the wall?
In all real life, as I would like to be able to fudge this in my opinion, but I think I would have yelled first, absolutely.
Or like, would it have been at the same time? That's also a possibility, right? Like it doesn't have to be one or the other.
Well, yeah, I think simultaneous is most likely then.
Okay. If it's simultaneous, you do get a surprise round with a roll with advantage because they didn't see you or were not looking up.
Okay.
So that does happen.
Well, I appreciate that.
You tell me who you hit, and we'll go from there. And then we'll talk about how we're gonna like do this whole like how we're gonna role play this part of it.
Okay.
But I'll let you do your attack first.
Oh, no worries, man. The white robe that's in the center.
Okay. Perfect.
I'm sorry. He's right next to a kobold.
Mm-hmm.
So the last white robe, I'm gonna attack him. Oh man,
Man, that hits.
Yeah, hallelujah. All right, so I'll do that damage real quick. It's a 6.
Nice.
And then get to reloading.
All right. So here's kind of how we're gonna play this because there's a lot of enemies and a lot of moving pieces. I'm not going to start the next round is coming, right? So I'm not going to start combat because it would just clutter the whole top of our screen. So the way we're gonna do it is y'all are gonna go first, then all the bad guys are gonna get a turn, and then y'all are gonna go again. Does that sound fair?
Sure.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So Bumpy and Acer, y'all get to choose. Whoever wants to go now, you get an action, both of y'all. Bonus actions, reactions, like the whole shindig.
Oh, as well as movement?
As well as movement. You like this is your. It's like if you were rolling, we're just kind of like we're doing it a little bit Daggerheart style, mainly because I don't want to start the carousel at the top with all these bad guys.
That's a lot. These ramparts, how far up from the floor do they come to protect us?
Like where you are, if you look over, is that what you're saying?
The little notches, I think.
You're talking about like the notch right in front of you, Anne?
Yeah, bro. Like for instance, if I'm gonna fire and then duck, do I get full cover?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah,
Like they don't have. You have the high ground, my friend.
okay. So that's kind of the goal.
Okay.
So it would be something like that.
Okay.
And then I would fire and then duck down to be sure I had full cover.
Sounds great.
Okay, super. That last guy did not die, correct?
He did not know.
Okay, so I
But
would fire.
you shot it, and he has a bolt sticking out of his back. He's moving a little bit slower.
Gotcha. So I'll just fire at that same gentleman again.
Sounds good.
Use gentleman loosely.
Whew, man, you hit.
All right, all right.
All right. Well done, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I aim
I'm just gonna. He's dead. I'm just gonna move him out of there.
Gotcha.
Cool. Acer, your turn.
Okay, I would do something similar. I would fire at the guy in the front with a Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Is this is just a normal roll, I'm assuming?
Yeah, it wouldn't have advantage because you didn't look before you heard the yell, so you wouldn't have advantage.
Okay. I already have inspiration, so I'm going to roll that again.
Sounds great. Go for it.
I'm so glad you said that. I forgot I had an inspiration point, bro.
Well, I
I was
forgot
gonna
about it
remind
until I
you.
rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Oh, so close to a 20, man. Um, so you grab your energy and like you start concentrating it onto that purple energy that's become like really used to, and like you see it flicker and it flickers, and you're like, come on, and it like lights up again, and you go to shoot it, um, and it lands right next to the guard. Like he like the guy sees like the purple and kind of like ducks out of his way as this blast of energy comes through, and you miss him.
Okay. And then I would duck down, like I would get off that, and I would kind of duck down like over here.
Okay.
So like under the little rampart thing, and kind of ducking down out of the way to where they're able to shoot or not.
Sounds good. So hold on. Right, we'll get to them right here. So that's what Gray is getting to. All right. So bad guys, they're gonna move. Oops. I'm on the same pattern of these guys. Oh. I think you would see him from where you are, West. I'm also trying to. I know, like y'all are looking at everything. Like I gave you access to the whole map, so I'm trying to hide enemies that I don't think you can see.
Oh, sure.
So this is where we would be at the end of their turn. This would be actually up here. It would have taken off. It has its own reasons. All right, back to yours. Turn.
Okay.
I'll let you
Wes,
go
you want to go
first.
first? Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to try to keep pace with these guys. It was 1, 2, 3. Is this a standable spot where I'm at right now, Matthias?
Yes.
Okay. I will fire at the lead. Let's see, this guy. The lead white robed figure. See.
Hits.
All right. Let's do some damage to him. That's only 4, but it's something.
Okay.
And
Yeah. You pop up, shoot, and hide. And you hear like just like a pain.
okay,
Not like a dead. Just like a
gotcha.
pain. Acer.
I'll do something similar, and I'll do just a quick check to make sure there's no bolts or arrows coming my way before I pop my head out. Essentially.
Uh, yeah. Go for it. No, there's no arrows coming your way.
That was actually a good thing to say. That was smart.
Hits.
Nice.
Ooh.
Nice. Well done, sir. So you look at like so you pop up, see nothing, and you gather the purple energy and shoot, and it hits like the guy straight into the head, like in his head, and you see like a dent form in his cranium, and he falls dead.
Nice.
When I see that happen,
Hmm.
I would like to shout out in Draconic, and I would like to
Okay,
say, "Death comes for you all."
Nice.
sounds good.
And then I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet over this way.
Sounds good. Awesome. So we have lost visibility on this guy. And there. Oops, I went a little bit too far. But about this point, you lose visibility of these guys. In Anth, from that room inside of you, just hear. That's what you hear. And it's back to y'all's turn.
So can I ask you about that sound? Could I ask
Yes.
you I don't think that the sound effects are translating with Discord. Could I
Okay.
could I get an analogy?
Yeah, you definitely hear that they are hitting like there's a gate, like a kind of like a back door. They are made out of wood. It was
Oh,
already kind of cracked whenever whenever you walk through it, like the first time walking with Night Hill, and you clearly can tell that that lizard creature has kind of like slammed itself into that wall.
oh, okay, understood. Thank you, man.
Also, I will stop doing sound effects.
No, I like the sound effects. It's just the mic doesn't pick them up.
Oh yeah, that's all. I think your sound effects are great, but
Again, well, that is kind of where we are. And it goes back to y'all.
okay, well then I think right before my turn I would just yell out, "You better fight, you lily bastards." You know, back to Night Hill's men. That they better pick up their arms and fight. Uh let's see. I'm gonna fire first at the kobold.
Go for it.
So
Oh, it hits.
14? That hits? Okay, hallelujah. 10, yay.
Whew. You look up and you see your bolt go straight through its snout, like kind of like straight down into its head and snout and everything. And he just rumbles.
Nice, nice, nice.
I'm
Okay,
gonna.
let me see. I think I need to be smart with my movement. Um, so I understand that not everything is perfectly true to the picture. On the picture, it makes it seem as though this door might be kind of large.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something I can assume, or was it
Yeah,
kind of smaller?
you can assume it's. I think the picture there is a little bit. The picture makes it seem like it's a little bit bigger than it would be.
Okay,
Uh, I think instead of it being 15 feet wide, it would probably be more like 10.
okay, something like
Um,
okay, I got you. So it's like a big double.
yeah, yeah. Maybe I'll match that description a little bit. Let me move
Okay,
that just. Maybe move that door just a little bit, kind of like that. When you do walk in, though, you see that there's about 5 people at Night Hill. He's bandaged up. He looks like he doesn't look any better than when you saw him earlier, but
okay.
he has a hand crossbow, and each guy in here, like they're shaking, they're moving, but some of them have pitchforks, some of them have shovels, and even 2 of them have spears.
Okay. Can I holler an instruction?
Um, very basic, yes.
Okay. I'll charge front, stay back, and fight from afar.
Okay.
So
Uh,
that's all my movement right there.
Sounds good. Awesome. Acer.
I'm gonna
Actually, got
be
one.
dashing to where I think they're coming in. Would I have known about that side door specifically, or would I think that they're coming through the front?
Like the back door, kind of where they are coming from.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, like we would have known about that.
Okay, that's where I'll be heading
Yep.
then.
Okay, yeah, I think whenever we were going through this, I didn't but like I didn't want to bore y'all with all the details, so like I don't think I spent any time with that door, but you would have seen it, and y'all would have seen that it was a little bit cracked.
You didn't want to be like, what was that, the Scarlet Letter, where he spends 50 pages describing a door?
And I was going for Tolkien style, you know what I'm saying? Like 17 chapters on how a canyon looks.
I
Was it
like it.
Nathaniel Hawthorne?
Yeah,
I can't remember who wrote it, but that's probably correct.
Yeah, something like that.
You're the teacher, Anthony. You would
No, I
know.
don't teach English though on purpose. I can tell you all about YouTube.
So that's I don't know.
120?
Yeah. No, it's only 60, I think.
Oh man.
It's only double your movement, right? One,
I
two,
know it is.
three,
I know it is. I was like, oh, 120, go for it.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah, you see Gray. Gray's been hauling ass too.
Yeah.
I'll shout to Gray like, they're coming through that side door, in case he didn't realize.
You know, he'll nod and start like continue moving its way up this place. All right, so from there you hear 1 second. From there you hear again, and the door cracks. The door in front of you, Ian, cracks a
Okay.
little bit more. Just cracks a little bit more, and you see that that like this lizard creature is trying to make its way. It's launching itself into it, and then you see both of the acolytes, which I'll make them viewable. So you see both of those acolytes and that guy, that lizard, kind of like hit it with his weapons, and it just cracks even a little bit more. You can tell that it's probably one more set of heavy attacks, and they're breaking through.
Okay.
So we're gonna have one more round of actions, and then we're going to like actual combat.
Okay. So here's a question. Are
Mm-hmm.
there large enough cracks in the door to where I could fire through it if I got up on it?
You could. I think I would give them maybe like half cover with it.
I can understand that.
Maybe
That's reasonable.
like just because it's easy, it's like not super easy to aim through it.
Sure. It would
Um,
be like a 2 bonus to their AC, I think.
yeah, like it's not super like
Okay.
it's still easy to hit, but not like it makes it slightly more complicated.
I can understand. Absolutely. That makes sense. Rather than do that then, I'm gonna drop a bag of caltrops.
Nice, yeah.
So hopefully I can slow them down. Um, Now it's given me an awful wide area to do it by, but I think it's only supposed to be 1 block.
Uh,
I'm on the let's see.
if I click
Internal
on the
face-
place measured template, it gives me a 5 by 5, like 1 square. Oh, it also like it does give you more area if you put it in between squares.
Okay. Oh, I see.
Like
Okay. Gotcha.
yeah,
So like
yeah.
I could do it like I'm just trying to cover the front door, but I can't. I think I have lost where the front door is.
Uh, let me see if I can think. I think I was trying to be helpful moving the door a little bit,
Yeah.
and then I think I just made it less
Oh
helpful.
no,
So let me
that's
go
okay.
back.
I appreciate you
Let me.
first off. So
So we'll say, does that help with the door a little bit? Let me see how it looks on your end. Yeah, does that help with the door
oh,
right
what
there?
blind bomb is? Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just let me see. I'll just do a 5 by 5 real quick because that's what it says it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
But gosh, it's making me do a 10 by 10 on the. Oh no, I see what's
Uh,
happening. I see what's happening. I've got it covered now. Can you
okay.
see where I've
Yeah,
dropped those caltrops?
yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, sweet. As long as you can see it. And now that does take 20 caltrops.
Okay, awesome.
So that leaves me with 20 left. 'Cause I did have 40.
Does it help if I make the lines a little bit more viewable for everybody
Oh, sure.
on
Yeah,
the
you can go
grid?
ahead, man. Whatever works for you,
Okay.
buddy.
Well, I know we're all kind of like struggling a little bit looking at seeing the lines, so I wanted to see if like maybe I make them red. People can see like the lines on the map a little bit better.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
It's fine
Oh,
by
yeah.
me.
That looks really nice.
So that way y'all know kind of like where things are standing.
Yep. And I'll put a white box around those caltrops to make them more visible.
Awesome. Does it make it difficult terrain?
So it says a creature enters the area must succeed on a DC 15 dexterity save, or be forced to stop and take 1 piercing damage. Taking this
Okay.
damage reduces their walking speed by 10. until they regain at least 1 hit point. Uh, a creature moving through the area at half speed does not need to make such a saving throw. But my hope is
Awesome.
that them busting in and jumping in, they won't even notice that they're there. That's my hope.
Yeah.
So actually, when I dropped it, if you look in the chat, it's got all of it listed there.
Oh, you're right. Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
realize that had happened, but there we are.
No, that is awesome. All right. So, Acer, you already moved. Gray already moved. So every time I say Acer, Siri thinks I'm talking to her.
Oh, no, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Oh, and I guess I didn't say it, bro. I'm gonna be dual wielding some hand axes, man.
Awesome. All right. So you're dual wielding. These guys are moving into corners, following kind of like some of the ideas that you gave them. You
Well,
see some of the guys that had shovels, like they're kind of like looking for whatever they can throw.
do I have time to toss them my crossbow? I'll tell you what. I'll just have the maul. Can I toss them my axes and my crossbow?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll toss them 2 hand axes and my crossbow and my quiver, and I'll just hold them all and have 2 hand axes at my side.
Okay. That sounds great. So let me do one thing real quick. Oh God, no. What happened? Why did y'all move? Oh, so rude.
Rude.
I know. I'm like, how dare they? All right. So you hear like as you're giving your weapons away and everything, you hear behind you, and you hear the wood crack and give in. Um, as it cracks and moves, you see the lizard kind of like standing there snarling, and he has made it through. So with that, he's gonna finish his turn. Um, with the door being there, he is going to go 5, 10. He's gonna go in this way because the door we're talking about it being like 50, like 10 feet wide,
Uh-huh.
and this guy is gonna go in through. So both are kind of like bomb rushing.
Okay.
So the one in the caltrops will do its roll, and that is a DC 15 dexterity. So where you at? Where you at? Oh my, where's this dexterity? Why is this not organized alphabetically, or do I just not know? Oh, I know why. Um, Belly check. Saving throw. Normal. Yeah, he doesn't make it.
Okay, so he just takes 1 damage and immediately has to stop moving.
All right. So he walks in and his speed is it's dropped by 10. So he kind of like steps on these and goes like, oh, oh, and kind of like stops moving. He's not even doing anything else. The other guy is gonna go here, here, and try to attack you.
Okay.
So he does make it through.
Gotcha.
And also at this point, guys, we can go ahead and we will start like the next round. I think we're gonna start combat with like actual combat. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Oh, are you?
Maybe. Like I was thinking like doing the actual combat with like initiative and everything, but we'll see.
Okay.
So he'll try and hit. Can you attack? No, not bad. And that's not how that works. Good to know.
How long has this been since the mill, time-wise?
Oh, say it's about 45 minutes between the dragon and this and running. No, it's more about an hour. Like it would have taken about 10, 7 to 10 minutes to get here, fighting the dragon, and then seeing this part. Yeah, maybe no. Hold on. I keep going back and forth. 45, yeah.
Okay. Well, when we were in the mill, I casted a hex on a guy. And then after that, I did not get hit, so my concentration should not have been broken, and this spell lasts for an hour. Would I still be able to use it during this time?
Can you move it as a bonus action?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I would say you'd have that. And he runs past you, tries to swing at you, and completely misses.
Okay, Superman. I love that.
Then you see another goblin come in, and he's going to try and do the same. And you'll also see like this other goblin kind of like rushing in through the caltrops. I'm gonna put him like right next to the guy in the caltrops. Just know that he's going through the caltrops.
Okay, so
Is that so? He'll have to go through a dexterity.
uh-huh.
But go ahead, say it.
Oh, nothing. I just need to hush.
Okay. He also fails, so he's not doing anything. Uh, so we'll say that he's like right next to it, but he's caltropped. How about
Okay,
that?
cool.
And then the other one is gonna try and hit you with his little dagger.
Can,
Uh,
question about
Go
that?
ahead. Yep.
Since the caltrops would have stopped him in his tracks, can we assume that he would not get flanking, even though he appears to right now?
Correct. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Cool.
So I only did a with like I wasn't rolling advantage for that exact reason.
Okay, sweet, sweet.
He did roll a 21 though. To hit like natural 17 on one roll, no advantage.
Super.
And for damage, he does 2 points of damage.
Okie dokie.
All right. And with that, it's so you gave the weapons, they moved, they came in. Yeah, I think it's time for. Well, no, these guys would have done something. So let me go ahead and grab Commoner. He is going to try and hit the acolyte with an axe. So he's going to throw it. He's going to throw an axe. So.
Ooh. I'm glad he chose.
Oh
him.
man, the commoner like right here in the corner. He
Yeah.
throws your axe, and you can clearly tell it's his first time throwing an axe. And like he goes for it, and he kind of just goes wide and doesn't hit anybody.
Gotcha.
The commoner that's in flanking with Bumpy, he's gonna try and also hit the other guy with. I'm assuming those two guys. Like I'm assuming this commoner right here and this one right here would have had the axes. Is that okay? A safe assumption.
I think that's only fair. Whatever you decide
Okay.
on that.
Awesome. I just didn't know if you had like specific like idea of how your axes would have been distributed, so I wanted to make sure.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Awesome. I roll, but I didn't roll with advantage. So I'll roll one more time. Oh man, he hits.
Nice.
What surprise. I'm kind of surprised. Jesus, okay. He little commoner, man. Dealt like 5 points of damage with your axe.
Nice. That's not. Can I tell which one of these was the one I shot with my crossbow earlier?
Yes, the one right in front of you.
Okay, sweet. Thank you, bud.
Yes, he has a crossbow like sticking out of him.
Thank you, brother.
And then the other commoner right next to here, he would have used your. I know, like I'm taking forever. I'm so sorry, guys.
Do you, buddy? You're doing the best you can.
He's gonna shoot with your. He's gonna shoot. I can't make this shit up. I was gonna have him shoot with his with the crossbow that you gave him, and he rolled a natural 20.
Oh my, that's so lovely.
Right? Like that's where I'm like, okay.
Yeah, damn it, Matthias, you're taking all the time. Keep going, keep going.
Keep going. Kill everybody. Kill everybody. Hold on. Inventory. What does that do? Okay, let me just do that one. Damage. Great roll. There we go. I knew that he was bigger than that. Man, yeah. So, he shoots a crossbow and kills that kobold right next to you.
That's outstanding.
Yeah, that would be about everything that happens. So with that, we can actually start combat. Oh, there he goes. All right, guys.
Jesus Christ.
All right, so. All right, Gray is going first because he rolled a 21. So Gray is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I declare a thumb war. He's going to.
Nicely done.
Thank you. Yeah, he's going to try and hit this lovely little kobold. Short sword onto that target. Attack. Normal. Oh, it should be an advantage because he's in. No. No, that's only for sneak attack. Don't forget. Damage. Normal. Oh man, yeah. So I go and like the kobold is jumping from the caltrops and I just like stab him through the chest and the sword goes straight through his ribs and comes out of the back and he's dead.
Man, nasty.
Who was that? Where? I don't know where that guy is. Go here. Oh, I hadn't even selected him for combat, so it's a good thing he died quickly.
Just about to ask, I was like, did you already take him out of the initiative?
No, I just clearly I had messed that part up. And then Gray is going to use his second short sword to hit this acolyte.
Nice.
So let's go ahead and do that here. Attack normal. And yeah, I don't hit. If I can make those public, reveal to everyone. Anyways, oh, there he goes. So I could have revealed those to everyone. Okay. I needed to press start, and then I need to go to next turn. So then there's that acolyte who's going to try and attack me. You're going to go this way. And by me, I'm in Gray. We're here.
Oh,
club.
Does that guy get to go yet? I think he rolled a 1.
He's that one's the other guy. Wait, see that one? Sorry, hold on. Which one's this one?
You can ping him. Like, I'm pinging him right
Oh,
now.
you're right, Ian. You are correct.
Cool.
You are right. I think I should have done this. Okay, cool. He's not dead, but I just want to see.
Understood.
Yep. It's hard to know which one's moving, like which one's going.
Oh, I completely understand. I zoomed. I had to zoom way in.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. So he's gonna try and honestly, he would try and attack the commoner behind you. Because he's like that's the kind of people these people are.
Oh, fair enough, man. Bunch of cowards.
That's what they would do.
Got you.
Yeah, that would happen. Yeah, like he grabs this mace and just hits this guy like across the face, and the mace just kind of like rips through its face.
Oh god.
And poor little commoner drops dead.
Poor guy.
Next turn it is Bumpy.
Okay, Bumperoo is gonna attack that guy that just killed that commoner with a mace. Excuse me, with a maul, rather.
Maul.
Okie dokie.
Sir, that hits.
All right, look, all the Peru merchandise is coming through for me.
I see that.
Lucky Peru merchandise. Well, that roll wasn't super, but I'm hoping that took him out.
Oh, that. Yeah, he's dead.
That's awesome. All right, now I've got a little bit of movement left. Actually, you know what? I will move here to try to give him advantage.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Alrighty.
And that covers up the open door, right? That ambush drake can't get in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
That's awesome.
So it is the ambush drake's turn. After that, we're gonna roll a 1d2. So Anth, you're a 1 and I'm a 2.
Okay.
He's gonna attack Gray. Because that's, I rolled a 2 right there. So attack, normal. He's gonna hit, damage, normal. I know. I've been rolling great all night, so I'm just kind of like, what else can I do, you know?
I hear you, brother.
Yeah. So this Drake that comes and like even through like yeah, he manages to just like kind of grab into my arm and just scrap off some of the arm, but nothing too bad. And with that, it is your turn, Acer.
Okay. Would I be able to hit the ambush Drake from, like, if I move in?
From where you
Say to
are,
here.
you oh yeah, yes.
Okay. Then I'm going to try to. Oh, so bonus action.
Are you marking him?
Yeah, I'm gonna do the hex on it.
No, yeah, that makes sense.
I'm glad you did it on the ambush strike, man. That was smart.
Yeah.
So with that, I have to choose a ability.
Like something that they're disadvantage on.
Yeah. So he'll have disadvantage on strength ability checks.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do a Eldritch Blast.
Okay, go for it.
Ah, so close. A dirty 20.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, that's you hit.
All right, so he'll do this damage, and then he'll take an additional.
An additional what else?
Additional 1d6.
Oh, good grief!
Holy shit!
Well done, sir. Well done.
Oh, sir. Yeah, so you walk in and you see the dead commoner, and like your friends engage, and you just like get angry and start seeing purple instead of red. You start seeing purple, and your energy like crackles a little bit more than before, and you just shoot it straight at the guard because he's in front of it. It's just for flavor for me, thank you. So it goes straight at the guard, and the guard sees this crackling energy and moves out of the way, and it hits the freaking Drake straight right above where its shoulder would be, and you see his scales crack, and you can see like the fleshy wound underneath, like the fleshy underneath all these scales, and he's profusely bleeding, like he's just really bad.
Nicely.
I'll say death beckons in Draconic, and then I'll finish out my movement. I did 2, so that's 3, 4, and 5.
Nicely done.
And then yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Okay, yeah, they don't. You said death beckons in Draconic.
Yeah.
Oh, and you hear at that the ambush Drake roar, just roar, in response to what you said.
Nicely done.
So it is. Okay, so 1d3. It's Anth, me, and Wes. I actually kind of like the fact that you can roll whatever you want in this game.
It is kind of cool.
Yeah. He rolled a 1 for the Acolyte, even though I had the Drake selected. So the Acolyte is going to try and attack Bumpy.
Okay.
And so
Bumpy
club.
dance is the dance that makes you bump.
Man, he's hurt. He is so hurt. And as he tries to take a step and swing at you, his foot hits another one of your caltrops, and like kind of like makes him jerk and misses.
Okay.
It goes back to Gray's turn. So Gray is going to go ahead and attack this guy. So sword attack, normal. Hits, damage, normal.
Did you roll that with advantage?
I didn't know. But he does die. And then I'm going to use my second attack to hit the ambush Drake with my offhand. Because that's what rogues are good for.
Did you already sneak attack?
Not the one before. I don't think I get to do it on this one because Oh no, he's within 5 feet of Bumpy, so I do get the damage, and now I get my sneak attack damage.
That's what Brian Boitano would do.
Yeah. That's like I rolled a 1 on my regular damage, so apply that, and then apply that. Yeah, and he's dead. So this round of combat is done. What do y'all do? Oh, you're gonna have about, there's another group coming because
Right.
Acer saw them. So you can assume that there's anywhere between 5 rounds and 10 rounds until those guys come. It's your choice.
Okay, is this the only entrance that we think that they can get through?
Yes, the door is broken, but yes.
Okay. I'm gonna instruct these farmers to pick back up those axes, collect whatever crossbow ammunition they can, and get back into the doorways. That I see 3 doorways,
Mm-hmm.
and only used ranged weapons. And for Nighthill, if he doesn't have a ranged weapon, to keep his butt back, we can hold these guys off. And I will put down my second thing of caltrops, and so this is 10 feet of caltrops. That would cover the entire door, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll put down the second one then. My bad. Here.
While he's doing that, I'll want to
Can
be
I
doing other things, but I'll let you finish.
can I assume right
Yeah, I
here
was
is the
gonna
best
say
place?
Gray is gonna go get a hand crossbow from Nighthill.
Okay. I'm gonna see if I can help them collect any of those missing quarrels that were fired, or
All right, so you're basically leading, right? Like you're telling people what to do
yeah.
and how it's gonna go. Awesome. What are you doing, Acer?
So just because of the way that it's drawn on the map, there's like a bunch of different boxes and like desks and stuff around this area.
Mm-hmm.
Would we be able to set up some sort of, like flip some tables over for some small defensives? Just something that we could put here quick that would help give a little bit more defense to the villagers.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll grab like a few of the ones here in the back, and I'll kind of instruct them on what I'm wanting, and then I'll just
Okay.
let you put stuff however you want, whatever you think is
Okay.
best.
Yeah. So you're putting like desks and things to block that.
Yeah, like flipped over desks so they could hide behind and kind of like makeshift bulwarks, stuff like that, or just anything that they can give a little bit more defensive capability to these nice people.
Okay, sounds good. Gray would have taken that corner, and he would try and hide within where he is. That is what he would try to do.
He's doing really well.
So what we're doing is, oh god, yeah, no, he's not hiding real well at all. He rolled a 1.
I was saying that because I don't see him on the map anymore.
Oh yeah, well, I thought he was gonna roll higher than a 1, so I'm actually putting him back on the map for that reason.
Oh, whoops.
Okay, so basically we're putting protections and waiting until the other people come.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct? Okay, so we'll say like there's a desk right here, and we'll say another desk right here, and then we'll say maybe another desk about right here, kind of. I think 3 is probably as much as we could collect
Okay.
in the time that we would get here, that we would get.
The mayor is Nighthill, is that right?
Yes.
I'll tell him to like scooch into that little back room that's right next to us.
Left or right?
To the left. Like close to where
Like
he's
right
at.
here?
Yeah.
Okay. And so this guy will be right there. And I think he would maybe put a bunker desk there. All right, so did I get all of this right?
Yeah, just one more small instruction. I'm gonna hand
Go for it.
my pet mouse Tom Tom to Governor Nighthill, and I'm gonna say, in the event of my death, you're responsible for Tom Tom.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Where are y'all gonna be positioned at?
I'll be
I'm
right here.
Like I guess what I'm asking is where you are is where you would be.
yeah. I'm gonna ask Acer if he thinks this is the smartest place for me.
I'll say you seem to be a little short for their blades.
I
Uh,
appreciate that. That's
I don't think they're expecting 3 feet of fury.
it's at least 4.5, man. At least 4.5.
Whatever gets the cleaving done.
Yeah,
It's not the size of the axe; it's how you embed it in the skull.
fair enough. Do you think that you could fire me from one of the ballista at them, and I would hit them with them all like that?
I think if we had enough time, we could absolutely pull that off.
Okay. I guess the only thing that I'll mention to you is I've got those two little boxes drawn where the caltrops are. If you need to step there, all you have to do is state that you're moving at half speed, and you won't have to roll the dexterity saving throw.
Okay, much appreciated.
Just if you have to step there for some reason.
Okay. So with all of that and the preparation, you bring the desks, you rally the commoners and the troops, you tell them what to do, you send Nightail and his injured arm and his eye bandaged into another room, saying that he's not fit to help at this particular moment, not as an insult, but just a statement. And through all of this, you're waiting and waiting. You get into positions, and the seconds start ticking. And then you hear it. And these guys appear. They were hiding. They were all so high on their freaking like hiding, by the way, that like I don't even know how they made it to the door without anybody seeing them. But like they were like they none of them rolled lower than a 17
Oh
on
gosh.
4d20s.
Holy
And they
moly.
walk in. And so we're gonna start with the first one rolling for Caltrops, which is a dexterity saving throw. Okay, this is really funny. Hold on, let me do the next one real quick.
I love it. I saw -1.
Yeah, that was really really funny. Let me see what the other one does. Yeah, man, you hear them yell, and as they're yelling, you hear them yell, and they burst in. And as soon as they burst in, the first two guys like step on caltrops, and you see them starting to bounce and jump, and they stop, preventing the other two guys from coming in.
Oh, I love it.
Uh, all right, did I delete one guy? I think I deleted one guy.
You might have moved him.
I saw
Did
one
I?
guy
I don't.
get deleted, I think.
Okay, let me put this guy here. Copy, paste. There it goes. And there it
Nice.
goes. All right. And so with that, we're gonna start combat anew.
Nice. Yay!
Oh man, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
All right. So there's a combat order. Gray, who is not hiding whatsoever because he rolled so poorly, just gonna point his hand crossbow and try to shoot. Let me go put my hand crossbow because I finally got a ranged weapon, guys. Great.
Nice.
You did it.
I did it. This is all I needed. It's all I've been looking for. Okay. Try to hand crossbow that guy. Um, reveal, public, attack, normal. Hey, that was a pretty good roll.
That's a good attack.
Damage. He was not hit. There's no sneak attack on this. Okay, so you see Bumpy. You see Gray can like pull up his weapon and fire, and it shoots a guy, and it like it grazes him on the neck, and you start seeing blood coming, but it's not fully like ruptured.
Got you,
Um,
bro.
but he's looking rough, real rough. And that's all I got. Bumpy.
Okay, let's see. That guard is pretty high up. And initiative. I'm gonna go ahead and attack that guard with that maul. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Cool. 9.
God, yeah. So you grab your maul and you swing like the guy is not expecting it, having just stepped on these caltrops, and you swing it around and hit him in the arm, and you hear a nasty crunch as his arm is now bent at an awkward angle, and he's just standing there in pain.
Nice.
Was that the end of your turn?
Oh yeah, I need to hit that button. Thank you very
No,
much.
no, you're good. I just didn't know if there was some. I just didn't want to
No, I
do more.
appreciate it. Thank you. For real.
The next guy is gonna. I think he's gonna hold his action because he cannot make it through unless he rolls for good caltrops. Yeah, I think he's bottlenecked there. So he's gonna hold his action. Guard is gonna turn and try and attack you. So he's gonna try and attack you with disadvantage. So he tries to hit you, man. He only has a spear, and you fracture like one of his arms. So he kind of like just like he just tries to kind of stab you. And you can even see the roll. He rolled a 19
You rolled so
with
high.
disadvantage. Like I'm like, what the hell? Yeah. And he tries to stab you, and you're not expecting it because of like the nastiness of his arm, but he only hits you for 3 points of damage.
Got you, man.
And I already applied them, so you don't have to do it.
Oh, okay, cool, thanks.
He poked your toe.
I did. He poked your toe.
In reference, is it better if I just let like are you wanting to do it, or do you need us to keep track of that?
No, I think it's better if y'all do it. I think I just went onto autopilot and I was just hit like I saw apply and I just hit apply, but I should let you do it.
No, I think you're awesome and I appreciate you for it. I just didn't want to accidentally double up on it.
No. And that's why I was like, oh, don't do it. I did it already.
Because you're the man, I appreciate that.
So the other guy is gonna the guy whose turn it is. Hold on. Okay. So he's also gonna hold his action. So we'll go to the next turn, which is this person, that cultist. He would have moved to attack Gray. So let's play that out, and then we'll go back to the people who held their actions, because that's when they would have started doing stuff. Attacking with a scimitar, attack, normal attack.
Oh, good.
He doesn't hit. Before we get to you, Acer, we're gonna do the guys who held their actions. That guy's gonna step in. He's gonna try and I don't think I can do this. Never mind.
Well,
Holding your action takes place of your reaction, no movement. So, Acer, is your turn. They can't move. They just can't do anything.
Oh darn.
Is the caltrops, man? Like they can't because they can't occupy the same square, so they just have to kind of hold. But Acer, it is your turn.
Would this desk that I'm behind be like half cover or fourth cover? How would that work?
For you or for them?
I guess in any capacity. Like, do I need to basically move out like down there to get a clearer shot, so to speak?
No, because like if you're like I would say it's about half cover to 3/4 if they're shooting at you. If you're shooting and you're popping up, you don't have any problems.
Okay, that's what I'll do.
Because like you pop up, you shoot, and then you hide again. Like that won't give them cover.
Would I be able to hit the guy in the back with?
Yes, you absolutely can.
Okay, so I think I've got just a small amount of time left on my concentration. So I'd like to
I would
use
say this is probably your last one with the weight and everything.
So I'll do the bonus action to hex the one there in the back, and then I'll make a attack roll for Eldritch Blast.
Oh god, yeah. With all your
Oh,
yeah, well,
nice.
man, it hits.
Outstanding.
Just roll another 10, man.
Hey, that's not bad either.
Well, I
Okay,
rolled
so
exactly a 10. Well, I
you're
damaged a
exactly
10.
10. And yeah, does he take extra damage because he's marked?
Yeah, he'll take an additional d6, so 1.
Man, you blast this guy like you hit straight through him. He's dead.
Nicely done.
All right, back to the top. If that's the end of your turn,
Yep, that's all I'll do.
awesome. So Gray is just gonna go ahead and pull out his swords, or a sword, and then attack this guy.
He's pulling
So
out of me?
one, yeah.
Sorry.
Oh
Oh,
man.
that one to the
Oh, that's
14.
great.
You could see it, at least on my screen.
Honestly, I'm just gonna go ahead and use the from the previous one I got. I'm just gonna use my inspiration and re-roll it. I'm kind of trying to kill these guys, so
Nice. There you go.
there we go.
Much better.
Damage, right? Like, yeah, Colt is dead. That's the end of my turn because I had one of my weapons pulled out. Bumpy,
Okie dokie. Here comes the mole.
the Bumpy Mole. He did them all. We did the Bumpy Mole. He did them all. And you see my
Jesus.
singing, my singing. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not taking credit for
No,
that.
I think the singing is what did it for us.
So it's like the Peruvian gear, Matthias, but you're a real life Peruvian, so you gave him extra luck.
This was to the guard, right, Amp?
Absolutely, man. So this guy's a bowl of Rice Krispies now, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, done for. Um.
Nicely done. All right. I'm also
Okay.
going to second wind, man.
Oh, go for it. Yeah.
Do my healing real quick. So that's plus 8 hit points. I think I'm back to full.
That sounds great.
Jesus Christ. Why don't we all make
Yeah,
fighters?
there we go.
Hey, I love fighters. I love fighters.
Um,
All right. So we're gonna go
I think
through.
for the sake of my compatriots, I'm going to move at half speed in front and try to dissuade this guy from attacking any of these townspeople.
Okay. Awesome. Uh, yeah. So then the cultist is gonna, since you're right in front of him, he's gonna try and attack you.
No good deed goes unpunished, except for that one.
No,
Hallelujah.
this one. I was gonna say this one came without no problems.
Hallelujah. I'll take it.
Uh, okay. And last but not least, it is Acer.
Ace in the hole.
So I'll target this one. I think
Or
we
ace
said
hole.
that the
You
hex
can
is
mark this
done.
one too. No, you can
Uh,
mark this too.
well,
Like,
if you insist, I will.
because I'm thinking like, man, for 6 seconds of combat, I'm not gonna be like, oh well, it had been 59 minutes and 54 seconds, so I think it's gone. Like, no, you can mark this guy. It's fine.
Okay, then I'll do that, and I'll blast. I'll try to blast.
Go for it.
Oh my.
Oof.
Well, you get your inspiration point back.
I get.
You do get the inspiration back.
Yeah. I'll end my turn there.
Okay, so you try to shoot him and it just ends up missing. So it'll go back to Gray. Gray is gonna go 5, 10, top speed, move over to here, and then try to attack this guy with his short sword. Oh wait, I don't think I hit, but I apparently was targeting Bumpy. So let me see what the AC is.
Oops.
AC is 12, and I rolled a 10. No, so sad. But as I'm running, I would have pulled out my second short sword to try and stab with my offhand.
Sorry.
So offhand attack. Offhand. It's even worse. Yeah, never mind. That's it.
Man, it's worth a shot, man.
Matthias brought out his swords. He's just like, hey, look at these. These are cool swords.
Hey, they're cool. Can you get stabbed?
Yeah, get a stab.
Bumpy, it is on you.
All right, bud.
Take me
So
home,
at the expense of
bumpy road.
there, see, I like these songs. Oh gosh.
Nope.
So
See, if I sing, it's the nat one. Matthias, you have to sing.
I have an inspiration point that I would like to use.
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right, good deal. So
All right, Matthias, you sing this time.
No, I'm like I don't even know. Like, hey, look at that.
Oh,
Look at there. I went from a 1 to a 2. Okay, so that was the right time to use that.
Yeah, that was perfect. Man, yeah, you grab your maul and you go to hit like you kind of like try and swing it at him, and you swing, and he dodges out of the way, like hollows out, and you miss the attack, and then like you feel like this kind of like moment of like, hey, like this moment of inspiration come onto you, and as he's hollowed out with his head in front of you, you like swing your maul and then retract it and just smash his face straight in with the maul. And as his face is leaning forward, you just crush everything and he drops dead.
Love it.
And that is the end of combat, guys.
Well, I'm gonna collect
did
my
it.
weapons back from these people, man. Is it possible to recollect these caltrops as well?
Yes. I think you'd be able to collect maybe half the caltrops, so like one full bag.
Okay, that's fair, man.
you have to pick them out of their shoes.
I like it. I'm gonna leave some of the. I should leave some of the guts on it, huh? Shouldn't
Yeah, it's infection. It's a 1d1 necrotic damage for the next guy.
And I resist poison, right? So.
Mm.
No, I'm joking, man.
No, this is great.
All right, let's see here. Got that.
As soon as they all drop and we don't think there's any more coming through, I'll start telling the people around here to move these like desks and stuff kind of in the way of the door to kind of help block that entrance once more.
Yeah, fair enough.
And then I'll also say, like, tend to the wounded. Anybody that needs, help, see to them. Stuff like that.
I think
Alrighty.
I think I'm gonna report to Night Hill all the stuff that we did at the mill and at the church.
Okay, so yeah, with that being said, we're just gonna go back into his office, I think.
Okay.
Because Gray would follow you in that situation. I'll just go ahead and move you to his office.
Killer.
Acer, what are your plans, sir?
I'll just be directing these guys, like, trying to get this built back up.
Okay, awesome.
And when I get done, I'll join you guys.
Okay, cool.
So I'm just gonna start, but basically, you direct those guys. They start doing everything. You follow Night Hill, and he's kind of limping. His arm is still like bandaged up. And he says, "Okay, what's the report? We had an influx of people come in from, they said, the church. And by influx I mean 10 of them made it, and the rest of them are hiding in the forest. How did that go?"
So we went in. It was a little bumpy. Haha, hee hee. Sorry. Just there were about 25 to 30 people in the church. We were hoping that more of them would have gotten out. We did send back a crippled cultist leader with them in hopes that you would be able to interrogate him. There were 2 waves of bad guys that came in. In total, we probably, let's see, hold on here. The church, in total, we killed at least like 10 or 12 bad guys.
Like at the church itself?
Yeah, at the church itself, because we killed 2 waves, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, overall with the night so far, we've killed like 30.
Yeah, it was like, I think 7, let's see, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We killed like 15 at the church, and then one escaped. And then after we left the church, we sent them back through the sewer. We went to the mill. We killed 2 guards, 2 acolytes, 5 cultists, then 2 more freaking acolytes. Um, and then we saw the dragon fly over and start attacking the keep, and that's when we decided to come on back instead of going to that main headquarters you said they had north of town. We
Mhm.
manned the ballista, we fired at the dragon and ran them off. Some of your townspeople were very, very brave and helped us load my ballista. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, we so at that point I was already watching y'all. I have an idea of I can't say my thanks enough as to what y'all have done tonight for our city. Um, we are so thankful. So let me update you on our end what we've had. We did get, along with the people from the church, we did manage to interrogate the person that you had sent with them. He's shared not much, but all he has said, Ansel, you or Wesley, whichever one, it doesn't really matter. Would y'all roll a 1d20 for me? Just straight up 1d20.
Okay.
I'll let you do it, Magic Dice Ant.
Okay, man. Cool. All right.
Yep.
Halfway.
So he says, yeah, we haven't gotten much information out of that guard except for the fact that all they want is money. They're just collecting as much money as they can. Something about a dragon queen,
Oh
and
my
that's
gosh.
all they've given us.
I did
Um,
see stitched into the cloak of one of these robed figures was like this 5 claw mark looking scratch looking thing. It was actually stitched into the cloth. So that might be
huh,
like their symbol or something.
that very well maybe. We'll definitely have to look into that a little bit more to know uh, that. But right now we're just trying to survive. I think we're finally being able to catch our breaths. If y'all wouldn't mind, or if you would want, and you need to catch your breath, uh, I have my people looking around and trying to figure out if anything's happening. But I think as of right now, there's not much more that we need to do. We just need it to come day, and so we can go like survive the night basically. Uh, how
Absolutely.
how are y'all doing?
Look, man, I'm in it to win it. I just need about an hour break and maybe some more crossbow bolts. If you have anything that can heal my friends, before we go out, I take a little short 1 hour rest and head back out to that main command center. Go
Yep,
investigate up there.
Hey,
I
that
could
sounds
do the
great.
same.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, that sounds great. You know what? Go over there to the armory. We've set up some. The armory is like right up here. I'm kind of like marking it, but that would be the armory right up there.
Okay.
Um, so you just go to the armory. Feel free to replenish your weapons. There's a few little places where you could probably take your break. I'll make sure that nobody bothers you with it for at least this hour, so you can catch your breath. Y'all are. We will never forget what you've done to Green Nest.
Well, we always know we have a safe place to come if we need it, right?
Absolutely. Y'all are always welcome here.
We'll make sure to tell him that the mill was mostly unharmed and that it was just a trap to lure us there.
Mm,
Oh yeah, I forgot
awesome.
about that, bro. That's right.
And then
Yeah, no,
also, it's probably now a good time to tell him that there's a company of, I think it was what, 20, 30 people on the road. And we had this like special flare that we can shoot when it's all clear for them to come in.
yep. Um, do you want to give him the arrow that y'all got?
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's
So
do it.
Nighthill takes the arrow. He says like it's not safe yet, but when it is, we'll definitely shoot this up into the sky and make sure that somebody can come and help us.
Sweet, man.
Uh, okay. So it is at this point that y'all do get the benefits of a short rest.
Okay, outstanding. So I'm
So if you want to click that on your character sheet, I don't know how it works. I'm gonna try it myself.
okie dokie.
Um, but Yeah, I'm rolling one of these. Recover limited use abilities with recharge per day.
Let me see here.
Either taking a short rest, spending one hit die to recover 9 hit points. Yeah, I did the same thing.
So
Quick rest. 6 hit points. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
oh, we're not doing new day, are we?
No.
No.
Okay, cool. Let's see. Select. I'm not going to roll any dice. I just wanted to recharge my my action surge and my second wind and stuff.
All right. So the hour is completed. And the world is your oyster at this point.
Just doing a quick double check real quick on this character sheet. Take me 1 sec, bud.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate y'all being so patient. Okay, yeah, I did get my second wind and my action surge back. That's awesome.
Awesome.
So in this armory, I'm not going to ask you what all is available, but is there anything healing available?
And no healing, no.
Okay. What is a reasonable number of crossbow bolts that a person would carry to where I'm not abusing the system?
So I know with weapons, like with quivers, you can do 20 quivers, I think,
Okay.
or 20 arrows per quiver. Let me see about crossbow bolt. Because I was thinking, um, you could probably max up to 2 pouches if you wanted to. Like, like I'm thinking about this as I do like the quivers, right? Like a quiver holds 20 arrows, so you could have 2 quivers. So like if your bolts go on pouches, I would say you could have 2 pouches of whatever max number of bolts they are. Does that make sense?
I'll do that 20. I think that's pretty reasonable.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I think like you could carry up to 40 bolts, but with all the weapons you have on your person, it may be a little complicated.
yeah, I've got so much crap on me that I'm trying not to cheat the system.
Yeah, no, I totally understand.
Was it possible that there were more caltrops in here, or was that more of a
Yes.
specialty item?
Yep, you find about 40 more caltrops in packs of 20.
Oh, that's cool, man. So I've got 3 sets of them now. That's really nice.
Is there a
Uh,
great sword in here?
Ooh.
in here, absolutely.
You'll see Acer go to like one of the nicer looking great swords and pick it up and just kind of look at it.
None of them look nice, though. I will say that. Like, there's 2, and neither one of them like
Okay.
it is the armory. There's a little bit of everything, but it's not like none of it is fancy.
Right, yeah. No. Just the nicest one of the 2 then.
Okay, yeah, sounds great.
So he'll just like kind of hold it, and if either of you watching, you see him just somewhat zone out a little bit, like he's lost in thought. And as that happens, there's this very, very, very faint, like kind of dark aura around him, and he's like I said, he's just looking at this two-handed great sword, zoning out, almost like he's not really here in his mind. Well, he's just very zoned out, looking at this great sword.
So
Okay.
would our characters have any type of understanding of attunement or what he would be doing?
So I think that's yes, I will say that. Yes, you probably at this level you've never had a weapon yourself to attune to, but you probably have met people who have attuned to magical items.
Okay.
So you have an idea of what it is, but Wes, why don't you just are you saying that there's something magically happening here, or you're just inspecting the weapon?
No, I'm just inspecting it.
But
And
you're
like,
lost in thought.
yeah, like I'm very, very zoned out. Like if you got my attention, to Acer, you know.
Okay, but there's nothing magical happening.
Right.
Okay.
Over the table, this is just to prepare for the next level.
Okay. So as you do that, as you zone out and kind of start looking at this weapon, you hear in your head this voice. You've heard it multiple times. Be like, soon, my child. Soon you will be able to relish with more power than you will know what to do. It's coming. Just you wait.
And you'll hear me mumble like in the room, just kind of under my breath, like my village will, and that'll be it.
Awesome. So while all of that is happening, Bumpy, you notice Gray pulls out like a little notebook from inside his um his jacket and starts taking notes.
Okay.
But he pulls out like what would be a like a graphite for pencils, and he's just making notes.
Okay. I'm gonna have a conversation with Tom Tom about how I can't wait to be king. Um, about how I can't wait to finally learn some magic, and I'm gonna ask Nighthill if he has a library that I could visit.
Okay. So, and now, and we can do like this is the short rest, right? So you go and talk to Nighthill, and you ask about this book, and so Nighthill starts like you see him think with his one good hand, kind of thinking. He says, I've never quite had any luck with this, but maybe you will. You've done so much for us. He retreats into his shelves. He starts looking through it, and you just see him like pull books. And as he's pulling on these books, they just kind of start falling. Like he's not like trying to look back on like look at them and pulling them. He's just like pulling and dropping them. And he finds one that's a little skinny book, a little like not dated but old. It looks like it's seen its fair share of years. And he hands it to you and says, this is the only thing I know about magic, and or the only book that I have that contains any information about magic. Uh, I've never been able to tap into the weave or any arcane energy myself, but I've always been interested. Maybe this will serve you better. And hands you the book.
That's awesome. I'm gonna tell him, thank you. And that if know your enemy and know yourself, and you'll have 1,000 victories, right?
Correct. That is why we've been so grateful for y'all and in gathering information and saving people. We know greenness pretty well, but nothing about our enemies.
Understood. We'll continue to try
Uh,
to help as best we can. We're gonna try to infiltrate this other place now. Is there any advice you have
and
for us as we approach, man?
and so as you start asking that question, and the hour is almost done in this short rest, you see a light like a lightning on the outside.
Okay.
Let me do a couple of things, guys. So you notice behind the like Night Hill, you notice that it's starting to rain, and it's starting to rain, but there is no lightning and no thunder. And then you see it first. Lightning ripples through the sky, uh, and then you don't hear the thunder, but you do hear a very deep roar.
Was it this dragon again, maybe?
And as you hear, hold on, let me see if I can try this. I don't know if this is better or worse. Is it too much?
That's really cool, actually.
I just realized that we haven't been playing music, so I was like, oh, we can start putting music on. Um, and so as you hear that, you start looking and thinking about the dragon, and you hear this deep, guttural voice coming from what it seems to be everywhere. You see, come and face me, you cowards. Come and meet your end of destruction.
Damn, this got serious.
That'll definitely
Oh,
like snap me out of my little reverie.
okay. You see Gray. At this point, Bumpy, you would have been here with Night Hill.
Okay.
You see, as you were doing that, you did notice that Gray is still kind of like taking notes and moving across. And when you hear this voice, this guttural noise, and this yell, and it seems to come from everywhere. Um, you see Gray kind of like take off a little bit, open this door here on the side, and go to the courtyard below.
Oh, well, I suppose I'll follow him. Gotta back up my boy. He's been useful so far.
And as the rain falls and it pours and continues to move, you notice there's an audience at the front of the castle. And by an audience, I mean an, a great set of kobolds that just happen to swarm this area. I think y'all can see them map now, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Done. Okay, yeah.
and so you see this, and you see this. Uh, he would be a dragonborn, but he's definitely more dragon than like dragon. He has the long teeth and the snot on the and the claws, and you see him. Yes, you are here. Y'all are the ones.
Oh man.
Oh, I've been waiting for it to go back. And then he lifts his hand and says, "Bring them here." And you see the kobolds kind of part and move. Um, second, they move, and you see two people, and they bring him up. Um, and you see him bring him up, surrounded by these kobolds. If you do want to take an attack, if you want to do anything, you're more than welcome to. I'm just narrating. If you want me to stop, tell me. It will affect what happens, and that's all I'm saying.
Okay, so you've
But
got two people up here. Can we see
Yes.
this as it's happening?
Yes, when he says bring them in, you see the kobolds move, and like in between all the kobolds, two humans, badly beaten. One is a woman who's she's like they're not bleeding, they're not dying, they're not like hurt, but they're beaten.
Okay.
And then the other one's a child.
Okay, and so I'm assuming there's like a portcullis or something underneath this rampart
Yeah, exactly.
that we're looking through. Okay, so I'll move up a little bit further. My charisma's pretty low, so I'd better shut the hell up. But I'm just gonna make sure I have a good vantage point, and I'm gonna try to take cover behind this well.
Awesome. Okay. Wes, is there anything you want to do, or do I need to like? Sure, I can. Like, I'm giving y'all time to do things while before I continue narrating.
Okay. Well, I think I should pause at this moment and let Nighthill kind of take charge.
Okay. So Nighthill follows,
Yeah.
and as he follows, you hear him gasp. Where did they find him? And he walks up.
What is
I've been
this,
searching.
Nighthill?
I've been searching for them. It's my kid and my wife. But they were safe. And you hear at this point they blue. They're actually like a half dragon, and I'll send y'all a picture of what he looks like.
Oh, a half dragon. That's cool.
Let me find him real quick, and then I'll send y'all a picture of what he looks like.
Sweet. So, Acer, do you want me to shut up, or do you want me to be salty with this guy?
Bumpy, you be however you want to be, little buddy.
Man, you just said.
Bumpy, you be bumpy. All right, I put it on Discord, but that is what you're seeing. He is talking.
Man, that's so cool.
Okay, so you see him yell, and as the humans come across, he says, oh, "Tell you what, I grow tired of sacking, and we've taken almost everything that we could have. I will spare this tiny human and the female if one of you is brave enough to fight me one-on-one."
Fine enough. You're a loser. You're a coward. I'd have done it if you. I'd have done it regardless, just for fun.
um, so he says, do y'all accept my terms?
No, I look forward to them. You don't understand.
Okay. Um, so he
I'm
says,
not trying to shut you out,
choose
Wes.
your. So he'll go and he'll say, choose your champions or champion. My bad. Um, so this is a moment for us to reconvene, and then we'll go from there. So uh, Gray is willing to fight. Like I don't know if I'm gonna play role play much since I'm role playing this bad guy, but Gray is willing to fight. So Gray is like, I can look, guys. I can do this if like Bumpy. I know you're. Honestly, I know you're the better option. I think you're the better fighter out of both of us. But I think that also that makes you a lot more valuable for what comes next. I don't think this is gonna end here.
There's no way we're going to sit and watch this woman and child be murdered. But at the same rate, I I'm not going to watch you be murdered either. And I'm not trying to talk trash to you, but I think in a stand-up fight, I might have a little bit better of a chance.
I agree. I am not like I don't disagree with that, Bumpy. I just think you're better for what will come tomorrow and the day after. But if you would like to take this fight on, that's on you. Acer, how do you feel about this?
I'll say, Bumpy, you've definitely proven yourself to be a worthy adversary in combat. And I thought I was, skilled, but your skills are far. You've shown extreme battle prowess, and
Well,
I'll get kind of like a dark glint in my eye, and I'll say something along the lines of accept this challenge, and then maybe we'll take a play out of the book of my people, or
well, if
my
y'all have any
former
enchantments
people.
or healing spells or something that I could borrow, I sure would welcome it.
I don't have
I
anything,
don't.
but I think once you kill this guy, let's mop up the rest.
I think I might carve out his head and use it as a mask.
Okay. With that, Night Hill retreats,
Okay.
and Gray moves away. And so once you are clearly the chosen one.
Okay, doke.
Um, so what this guy will do is he says, huh, sending the small ones. I see. This will make it all the better. Y'all taste delicious. And when he says that, he motions to the kobolds behind him, and they all kind of like move a path behind him. And he says, uh, "They will not interfere, and they will hold my orders. The woman and the female and the tiny child will be released upon the end of our fight.
No,
Whether
they'll
I
be.
win,
No, they're going to be released now, friend, and then I'm gonna come out there.
that is not going to happen."
No, you don't understand. I'm happy to fight you. I'll do it without you releasing them, but you need to go on ahead and let them go. And I'm gonna come on out there, and I'm gonna wear your face as a mask.
How do you make it seem like you have any bargaining power over here?
Oh, I've got all of it because I know you want to fight me. You can't be the best till you beat the best.
At that, he'll chuckle. I assure you, my friend, you are not the best, and I've taken people close to the best.
Well, you can run your mouth all
How do
day,
I
or you
know
can get
that your
down and
friends
fight.
will not interfere? How do I know that your people will hold to, to this sacred right that we want to enter as a challenge of a one-on-one?
Look, you're the
Tell
one
you
not to
what,
trust.
I will release one of them.
You marched
I
into a
will
settlement.
release the small child.
You
Oh,
murdered an
sorry, go ahead.
entire town. How are we supposed to trust you? You just murdered a whole town.
I'm just following my orders.
Yeah, that's what every chief wannabe general says every single time they do something wrong. Just following orders. You're no leader. You're just someone's patsy. You're a loser, and I'm gonna kill you.
Well, I guess you can come out here now, or we'll just take both of these people with us, I guess. And then he's going to retreat and says, I will release the child if you want, but I need to, like, I will keep one, just so that your friends and the people that I've seen do not interfere.
That's fair.
Cool. All right. He releases the child.
I had to try for
Uh,
something. You know what I mean?
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I'm trying to role play for what he would do, and he wouldn't seed. Like
Okay,
he
sweet.
wouldn't also like seed the room. Like
But at least this way, if I
okay,
lose, we get something. You know.
absolutely. Um,
I was just trying to make him mad so he'd make bad decisions.
absolutely. All right. So with that, you come out there, and he'll look and say, "You ready, dwarf?
I'm not gonna say a word. I'm done talking.
Let's go." Uh, Bumpy, you're going first.
All right. Let's see here. Here comes the mall. Oh dang! I forgot to target this guy. I
That's
apologize.
okay. No, 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 you're good. I'm trying to pull up his stats so I can
Okay.
actually, I'm trying to pull out his stats so I can tell you what he's gonna do.
Okay.
What,
I'll wait.
what
No
did you
problem.
roll?
A 21.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. So there's the damage.
Yeah, man. The fight begins. You walk in through the rain. You grab your maul and swing, and it hits him, and he kind of like moves it out of the way with his arm, and then reacts and hits you back.
Oh, may I use my second wind before he does?
Absolutely, by all means, sir. You are absolutely able to do that.
Absolutely. That's. Oh, I used the wrong thing. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. Just
I was supposed to do action surge.
yep.
Okay, cool. Action surge. Beg your pardon, man. Let's see
No,
here.
no, no, we're good.
I love the music too, man. This is cool.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Hits.
there we are. Come on, I need some big damage, gentlemen. Ah, that'll do.
So you hit him with one, like you hit him hard in the arm, and he kind of like moves his hand and bashes your hammer back at you, and you feel that impact coming around. You spin around with the force of his arm moving, and you kind of like collect it to you, and as that's happening and you're spinning, you notice that the momentum will carry you around for hit him the other side. So you come around and go to hit him, and his massive greatsword kind of like comes up and parries, or he kind of like puts it in front, and you hit the flat end of the blade into his arm, which cuts a little bit and does a little damage to him.
Okay.
So like he's taking 2 hits from you. That's wonderful. Uh, is there more?
No, I just later on after he hits me, I'm gonna use that second wind, and I accidentally used up that charge.
Awesome.
So I
Alrighty.
might have to get your help administratively to redo that charge.
Yep. That sounds great. So he's gonna try and hit you with his great sword, and he gets to do 2 attacks.
Okay.
So we'll do the first attack. He rolled a 13.
Ooh, misses. Yay.
Second attack. He rolled a 19.
19 does hit.
All right. For a total of 12 points of damage.
I'm sorry, could you say that one more time? 12?
Yep, it is 12 points of damage.
Okay, awesome. Sweet.
So you hit him around, and his sword kind of hits into him, and as your maul moves, he just kind of swings it down onto you, and you manage to get out of the way. But then he stabs really quickly, more quickly than you would expect for a weapon this size, and it kind of catches you off guard, and it hurts.
Okay, cool.
And it is your turn.
Okay, I will use that second wind now.
Mm-hmm.
It says no use is available. How do I fix that?
It is because let me double check. Hold on one second. It's just because you clicked it earlier.
Yeah,
Um, so, well, and that's okay. So let me see if there's anything I can do on your features.
can I roll it generically and then just add the hit
Yeah,
points back
I
in?
think you can, but I think did I just replenish it for you? Yes, I
Oh,
just replenished it for you, so you should
sweet.
have it.
That's awesome. I appreciate your help on that. Okay, so let me close that up for a second. Second wind, usability. Healing. Okay, so that's 6 hit points back. Not what I'd hoped for, but it's better than what I got. All right, there we go. I'm at 14.
Oh my god.
I'll swing that maul. I'll swing Darth.
Okay. Swing Darth at him.
15?
Not this time. So you swing your maul and he's prepared for it. So kind of like uses a sword and directs your maul to go above him.
Okie doke.
And is there anything else you're gonna do?
I don't think there's anything else that I can do.
Okay. So he'll go ahead and attack with his weapons. So first roll, man, it is a natural one. So he moves them all around you and tries and by the time he finishes to move your maul to use your momentum a little bit, his sword just kind of like gets stuck into the ground and he manages to pull it off and like doesn't get his second attack. So it is your turn.
Oh, I got lucky on that one, y'all. All right, so let's see. Let me delete that. I'll attack him with that maul again. That's an 18?
It hits.
Nice. Come on, Molly. Ooh, 15. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Man, so you hit him really hard again, and he kind of like backs up a little bit. He's starting to get a little bloody and angry and frustrated, and you see a little lightning kind of like start like coming out of his breath with each breath he takes. More lightning comes out. He says, "Dwarf, you're better than I expected, but not for long." And he's gonna try and attack you.
Oh, dang. Oh, no.
How do I attack? I'm like, what do I click? He rolled an 18.
Oh, man. Yeah, that hits, buddy.
All right. And he deals 12 points of damage.
Okay. Oh, no, it's getting close.
And he's going to do one more attack. And he rolled a 24.
That's it. I'm done for.
Okay. So you see him, he dealt 7 points of damage. So this is what you see, right? Like you hit him and everything, the lightning is crackling and everything. And as he comes, he brings his sword really high and just slams it down. And you kind of bring your maul to protect yourself. And as you do, like the maul just kind of like dips in, like the whole stick and everything dips into your shoulder and cuts. And then he brings it up again and just swings it straight down and cuts like straight through you. And as you're on the ground, and the lights start fading and you can feel yourself passing out from the pain and the blood loss, you hear him say, "You did well, dwarf. I will remember your name. What is it?" Do you choose to respond or no?
Huh?
He asked for your name. Do you choose to respond or no?
No, I'm not going to say a word.
Okay, he looks at you and you go down and you see this lightning crackling. You pass out. He says, "Huh. Proud dwarf." He grabs the sword and stabs you like right on the side of your chest, causing you to miss one death save.
Okay.
He says, and then he says, "But I gave you my word. You hear me?" And now he talks to everybody in the castle. "Let it be known that Land Dragosa," and I'll put it in the chat so everybody knows what he said. Let me see. Hold on one second. Land Dragosa. Okay. He says, "Let it be known that Lang Drosa is a half dragon who keeps his word. Release the female, and we're out of here." And he turns around and he starts leaving. Is there anything that, is there anything that you do, Acer, or do you just let it be?
I mean, I would like to do a lot of things, but I don't know what's going to break the game or not.
Yeah, I mean, you can do whatever you want. Mindful of your surroundings. I think that's all I can say.
I think he was true to his word, and Bumpy's still alive for now. So I will not do anything. I'll
So
go out to Bumpy and try to
I was
stabilize
gonna
him.
say, you see, like, yeah, you see Gray go up there, and Nighthill comes out there as well. And as the female goes through, and all of them are kind of like disappearing and walking away, um, the female embraces Nighthill. Like, she just gives him a huge hug, and she's like, "I was scared, I was terrified, but he's not as bad as he seems." And she opens, like, she's wearing like a little bit of a shawl, or like a little like windbreaker type jacket of that time, like with pockets. And out of the pockets, she pulls out a health potion, and she says, "Honestly, he knew he would win, and he just wanted good competition. He gave me this hours ago," and pours it into your mouth, Bumpy. So you get 7 points back, Bumpy.
Oh, that's nice.
Health.
I'll take that. At least he was honorable about it. I'll give him that. Let's see. Whole bumpers.
All right. And so with that, it is up to y'all. So Lendadrosa has left, and as you see, and is there anything that y'all choose to do, or no?
Well, I'm gonna say thank you and brush some of the mud off me and be like, that guy was a lot tougher than I thought. I hit him really hard 3 times, and it didn't really even phase him.
Oh, I think he's definitely, and this is Nighthill's, like Miss Nighthill, if you will. She says, "Yeah, he's definitely the leader there. Terrifying, but really ruled by pride and keeping to his word. I'm so terrified, but I'm glad that y'all have made it." And then she kisses Nighthill once more, and they're gonna go back. And as this happens, and they start moving back, you see on the horizon the sun is starting to rise, and this night has ended.
Is Gandalf there?
Um,
Please tell me there's Gandalf there.
oh man, I wish Gandalf would show up.
Home seat.
So as this is happening, let me what was I gonna say? Is there anything that y'all need to do that y'all would like to do, or do you want me to continue like the story and narrating?
Oh no, you keep narrating,
Yeah,
buddy.
keep
You're
on.
doing great.
Okay, thank you.
Story.
I want to make sure that if y'all want to do something else, we can definitely play through it. Like, if y'all wanted to follow Lendergos or whatever, like we could follow him or whatever. But
No,
I just wanted to double check.
I'll say
Yeah.
something snarky to Bumpy. I'm like, I guess he was aiming pretty low there, huh, big guy?
Yeah, I mean that's only fair to say. That's only fair to say. But I got some solid licks on him, and he didn't go down. That's a tough one right there. We're gonna have to be careful for him.
Yeah, I saw he's got shins of steel over there.
I'm not sure if the three of us together could have taken him.
So as you get to this point and you go back into Nighthill's what's his face office, which is kind of where I put you. You see the wife and like his wife and kid are now there with him. I will stop the rain because it doesn't make sense that it's raining on the inside. And there's a couple of extra people here, people that you hadn't seen before. They're wearing like these blue sashes and very, very light armor, like what you could consider either armor or really just clothes. Um, Give me 1 second to tell you who this person is. 1 minute. I thought he had a name, and if he doesn't, I'm gonna give him a name. Um, yeah, he doesn't, so I'm gonna give him a name. Sorry, guys. I should have known that. Should have known that. But you see him, and he's wearing, like I said, like this really light, what looks like between armor and clothes. You don't know which one he's wearing specifically, but he introduces himself. If I can find my freaking list of names, where is this list of names? Do 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 do. I will find it. Okay. So he walks up and says, he walks up to y'all to Nighthill and says, Governor Nighthill, Soren Blackwood over here. That's Soren, Soren. I'll put it on the chat. Soren Blackwood. Have you seen the master of the master of our order? Have you seen Leosin? Has he come here? And Nighthill looks at him perplexed and says, "No, I have no clue who you're talking about." And then looks at y'all and says, "Do you know this Leosin person he speaks of?"
Dude, let me look back in my notes for just 1 second.
You don't know him.
Okay, cool. I didn't think we did.
Yeah, no, I'll just give you that one. I don't think we did not meet him.
Okay, cool. No, I don't know who you speak.
Damn it! And he kicks one of the like a little pile of stuff that's there. He just kicks it out of frustration and says, "We're supposed to meet here."
Well, he might not have came on account of the dragon and everything.
No, we were here because of the dragon. That is the reason why we were here.
Was he?
We've been following these. He has been following these peoples for a while now.
Was he in a caravan?
No, he was not in a caravan.
Nighthill, do you know this guy that's talking?
I have no clue who we're talking about. So,
well, do you know who we're talking to?
I don't even know who they are. I just know as much as y'all go. As you know, Soren Blackwood.
Soren, how did you get to the castle, man?
So at this point, Soren kind of walks away, like backs into like not backs up, like he just kind of like moves away and says, "I'm sorry, guys. Let me start from the beginning. I came in here this morning early with my master Leosin. We have been following like rumors about towns being attacked and getting ransacked and dragons. My master wouldn't tell me why, but he asked me to start looking around and digging and asking questions. And as I was doing that and we got separated, the attack began. And I just hid. And once I noticed that the keep was protecting itself from the dragon and he left, I finally got the courage to come and look for him. I thought he would be here. But at this point, I guess either he was captured or he's dead. I can't believe this. I don't know what to do.
Well, I can tell you what to do, lad.
Go ahead.
Okay, I can tell you what to do, lad. Don't make his sacrifice in vain. Don't let him have left in vain. Like, continue his legacy, continue his work. Work with us.
I'm not a fighter or anything. I've only worked on libraries.
Just tell us what you know. That'll help us.
Yeah, all I know is what my master told me, and he just said that all of these attacks in all these villages, they were connected somehow. That they're using it. That they're, and at this point, Nighthill takes over and he says they're taking gold to try and to do something with the Dragon Queen. And at this point, Soren looks back and he says, "The Dragon Queen? I've only and also for general purposes, by the way. Let me step back as GM. Both of you probably don't know who or what the Dragon Queen is. at this point in life, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Unless you had like delved into dragons, and even then you probably wouldn't know. And I'm not talking about like delving into dragons, like searching dragons. I'm talking about going to Candlekeep and looking for dragon information. That's the level of information you would have to know what the Dragon Queen is.
Gotcha. Bro.
So when he gives the next section, like I just want you to keep that into perspective.
Gotcha.
What if we had a very dear mentor who was a dragonborn that
He
taught
wouldn't
us
know
a
it
lot
either.
of his culture?
It's not even part of their culture. I went a little bit on a deep dive on like what would be kind of knowledge and what wouldn't be, and so you know when you go on a deep dive, you find like tons of information and like how different people have played it. I chose to play it this way because it makes it a little bit more fun.
I like it.
So you wouldn't know much about it either, even your mentor.
Okay.
What you would know, Acer, for your mentor, like what he would have given you, for example, is that you would know that dragons have a hierarchy and there is no knowledge of a king or queen dragon. How about that?
Okay.
Like your mentor could have told you that, but like you wouldn't know any more than that. At this point, Soren turns and he says, "Yeah, like it's about this whatever this dragon queen is. I have no clue. But how did you know about the dragon queen?" And Nighthill says, "Well, we investigated it. We managed to capture one of their people, and all he would say was about this collecting a hoard for the dragon queen. But you have clearly brought bigger concerns our way. That being said," he looks at you three, Bumpy, Acer, and Gray, and says, "I hate to ask this of you guys. You like nobody would fault you for walking away at this point. But there's more we need to know. If these attacks and all the towns around us are connected, if all the ransacking is true, and if there's something, whatever this dragon queen may be, we need more information. Would you all be open to the idea of following this people? Take a break. Take your time, however much you need. But would you be willing to follow and see where they're going at least?"
Absolutely.
Before I answer, I'd really like to know why Acer wants to.
Oh yeah, go for it. Roleplay that shit.
You're saying that in character?
Yeah, in character. But why do you want to go? You're half human, half drow. Why would you go? Why would you do this for these people?
The same symbol that we saw stitched in to the guy at the mill, into his armor. That same symbol was left on the very, very, very few amount of bodies that I came across when my entire village was raided. They didn't leave anybody alive, so far as I know. My greatest friend, my mentor, basically my uncle, was a dragonborn, and he taught me a lot of his ways, even their language. And I could not save him or any of my villagers. My family, parents, they're all gone. But that symbol that we saw was the same symbol on like the one or two cultist bodies that were in the village. So they must have come in overwhelming force, because we were a very, very like handy village, and to only take out so few, it's not like our village, you know. We had an eclectic mix. We were drow that did not follow the teachings of Loth. My mother.
That exists. That's a thing.
They're very, very rare.
At that
I'm
point,
role playing.
yeah, no, that's perfect. Because so whenever Acer, you started talking, Gray pulled out that same notebook that you saw him earlier, and he's taking notes. And when Bumpy, you say, "Huh, that exists," you see Gray put the notebook down and says, "Oh, it does. It does, and I've met a few," and then continues taking notes.
My mother was like a high priestess, basically, of the Drow Society, and she rejected the ideas. She thought that the males had value, and so they did not want to go through the Drow teachings of, xenophobia, of superiority, things like that. So they broke off from Drow Society and kind of started their own. Well, they came across a village of essentially rangers that lived out in the forest that were very, very well adept at, hunting and all these things. My mother fell in love with a ranger there who was human. And I am the result of that. And I'm the result of my entire village. My drow ancestry, they taught me how to fight, how to wield weapons. My father taught me how to survive out in the wilderness. And my uncle, essentially, my greatest friend, my mentor, was a dragonborn. Because we had a kind of an eclectic mix of people. There was a few dwarfs there, a few halflings, a few tieflings, some that a lot of human societies would consider outcasts. We welcomed anybody who had a free-thinking, open mind, who was capable, who was able to pull their weight to better assist the community. So I took kindly basically to the Dragonborn, and he took me under his wing, and in between the practice sessions of weapons and the hunting and the outdoorsy stuff, he would teach me his culture and his language, and I essentially grew up with him as kind of my second father. And to find that my entire village was decimated by the same people wearing the same sigil as these, there is a fiery, burning hatred that I have for them, and I will find them, and I will kill them all if I have to.
You hear a chuckle in your brain and your head and be like, "Destruction will be sublime, my child."
And you'll see that I kind of shudder a little bit, but I think you'll probably get the sense that it's like a shudder, like scared or whatever, but it's more of a shudder of like anticipation, like I'm ready to murder.
Well,
Which go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go right ahead. Go right ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, at which point Gray will look up and say, "Bumpy, what about you? Why are you so invested in helping and following?"
Oh, really quick, while I was making that kind of monologue, I'll have that same kind of disinterested, zoned out look that I had before with the two-handed greatsword.
Okay, fair enough. Like an intense focus on something that's not there.
Exactly.
Okay, fair enough, man. So I'm gonna look at them both, and I'm gonna say, well, truth be told, I've never met an elf I liked. I've never met an elf I've trusted. From a young age, I was a drow slave in the Underdark. We were all kept in pretty horrid conditions. I finally escaped by stealing a sock and a bar of soap and beating my jailer to death with it. When I finally got back, I lived on the streets, and I learned everything I knew the hard way. I screwed up over and over and over again until I finally figured stuff out. I learned how to take care of myself. I don't want anyone else to ever have to deal with that. And so truly, my enemy are the drow. So how funny is it that I find you here? But it seems like I might need to put that aside for now. Because, well, you've acted honorably.
I am only half drow.
Well, and you've acted honorably. And,
half honorably.
No, I think you give yourself a little bit more credit than that. So while I don't like you, I do kinda, at least half trust you, and you've shown your worth. I don't take too kindly to people messing with folks that can't defend themselves. I don't take too kindly to people being ugly just to be ugly, and I sure don't take kindly to losing. So I'm in it at least until that half dragon is under my boot. We'll see where we go from there.
That's wonderful.
Sounds good, yeah.
Is there any other questions that you'll have, or
I want to know what's. I'll turn to Gray and say, so what's your story?
you'll see him close the book and put it back in his pocket and says, honestly, my story is very dissimilar from both of you. I grew up in a small town, and then we ended up moving into Waterdeep with my father. He and my mom were part of a duo, if you will, of investigators. They just loved mystery and puzzles. Um, and I've honestly just followed in their footsteps. I am here today, and I was in the caravan with you two, honestly, because they sent me. They wanted to get information on all these attacks and all these towns being raided and destroyed. It's my debut, if you will, and he takes a bow. And he says, I want to prove them wrong. I want to prove them right. I want to show them that they did a good job teaching me everything they could, and that I can make them proud. So that's why I'm here. You asked me why I want to continue this. It may be selfish, but that's why. I mean, aside from the obvious that I don't want to see more people get destroyed and more people get killed. I've seen plenty of that with my parents' jobs. Murders, destruction. You'd be surprised what you see, but thanks to my parents, that's how I've met drow who are good, and dwarves who are evil, and humans who are the worst and the worst, and people who you would expect were good and just they're terrible, and people who you think are terrible who are amazing, and people who just believe that chaos is the only answer that there is. So I guess, yeah, I'm a little more selfish than both of you, but that's why I'm here, to make my family proud and to prove to myself that I am ready for this challenge and to rise and be able to be a part of my family's business.
No, I don't think that's selfish. I think you're trying to make something of yourself, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Thank you, Bumpy. Um, at which point, the Soren will look around and say, "What are you, an investigator? Are you?" And he looks a little bit farther into Gray, and he says, "Are you Jonathan's kid?" And at which point, Gray turns and says, "Yeah, that's my dad." And he says, "Man, he knew Leosin. Have you seen him?" And he starts describing Leosin, at which point you see recognition enter Gray's eyes. And he says, "Oh, I know him, but I haven't seen him. I don't think he would recognize me at this point. But if he has been taken," and he turns to you two and says, "Bumpy, Acer, I don't think y'all can understand this, but now that I know who Leosin is, I haven't seen him in years, but now that I know who he is, he has so much information on every little bit of this area and more. That information cannot fall in the wrong hands. I vote that we take a break and we rest our wounds, we lick our wounds, whatever we need to do, and then we take off and we follow."
I like it.
Let's do it.
At which point, Nighthill looks at both of you and says, "Listen, guys," and he turns around and grabs like a handful, like a bag of gold, and says, "I know this isn't much. I cannot give you more, but take this for all your troubles and all of your future endeavors." And he gives you it's a bag full, so we'll say about 30. It'll be 30 coins total, and I'll put the contents here. And those are the contents of the bag.
Okay, and I'm gonna write in, because this was brute loot. That
I think we had.
Sorry, man.
I think we had some more group loot from before, right?
Yeah, 6 silver pieces and 2 jeweled rings.
All right.
But that's what we also have.
Okay. Awesome. Do you want to keep up with it?
Do you want me to do that, or do you want
Actually, I have an idea. So let me see if I can do this correctly. Give me 1 second, okay?
Sure, man.
Let me see if I can do this correctly. So you said we have, what is it? Let me put it on chat because you put it there. So 6 silver. So we have total of 16 silver. 5 gold. 15 copper. And I can do a points. And then jewelry. And it'll say jeweled things. Sorry, I'm trying to see if this will work.
Good, man.
So let me see. Configure ownership. No will be owner, and oh wait, all players default, all players owner. Okay. If y'all go on the little map right at the top where like you can select the actors and all the different things. There's one that looks like a book open on the right side of the top that says, I think it's called Journal.
Okay.
If you click there, there should be one that says Group Loot. Can y'all see it or no?
Yeah.
So if you click, so if you click on that one,
yeah,
I've put everything we have, but then you can also, I think, click on the little feather and add more things to it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. So we can keep group loot that way.
Perfect.
And I'll keep adding more things as we go.
Perfect.
Sweet. Well, guys, with that, do y'all want to take a long break?
Absolutely.
A long rest?
Absolutely.
All right. So with that, we will take a long rest. And so feel free. I'm going to go ahead and do that right now on my character just to make sure that I don't do it.
Day?
Yes, it would be a new day at this point. You can go ahead and refill all of your weapons, anything that you've lost, any crossbows, any little thing, any crossbow bolts or things like that. Feel free to refill them because you would have that from the armory. And with that, I think that is the end of tonight. And additionally, that is the end of chapter 1 of this book.
Oh wow.
Yeah, congratulations.
Well, that's pretty legit, man. Hey, well done, sir.
So yeah, no, this was fun.
Yeah, no, you really killed that, man. I give you a lot of credit.
Yeah,
Thank you.
It's fun to play with, man.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll pick back right back up after a long break, and we wake up.
Heck yeah, bro. I love it.
And I'm planning on next Tuesday at 6:30, as long as we're okay with that.
You got it, my man.
Awesome. Well, that
All right,
is
hey,
great, guys. Thank y'all so much
you got
for
it. Hey, 10
playing.
out of 10, man.
Thank you.
Yeah,
And yeah, and if there's, like I said, like I always tell y'all, if y'all have any feedback, please let me know.
Yep.
Um,
Are we close to leveling?
so okay, that is one of the things that I think we should discuss as a group. Um, the book, so every chapter, the book has you level at specific places in the chapter, not
Oh.
necessarily at the end, middle, or beginning. It's just like at random places depending on checkpoints. We leveled when we got to the keep. However, because it's just the three of us, I was thinking I haven't made my mind as to whether we level again or not. But so I think like what do y'all feel, right? Because we've done so many little things and so many missions and so many little fights and so many little things and so much in role playing that like if this was up to me, I would say, yeah, go ahead and level to level 3. We'll start at level 3 next time. Um, but technically, quote unquote, the book expects you expects us to be level 3 somewhere along chapter 2, right? So are we gonna be too upset if we level up?
I think it just has to be equitable. That's all. Like, for instance, during the course of this, did you decrease the number of monsters that were in the module?
I did not.
So we did everything that 5 players were supposed to do.
Right. And
Okay.
I think it's equitable. It's to 4 or 5 players is the number. So I honestly I think we should have leveled mainly because y'all killed it. Like role playing alone, y'all have done y'all have done amazing. So
Thank you.
I would say like I'm down. I'm totally okay with doing a level up again. Mainly because this, especially this chapter, has so many little pieces and little things that happen that I think it makes perfect sense for us to level up again.
Okay.
So are we good with that?
Oh man, you want me to have more power? Oh
I
gosh.
mean, I know it's tough. I'm sorry.
I'm fine with it. I'm also fine if we want to just do it kind of this time, so to speak. Like if you want to stick to however the chapters have it laid out later, I think that's good. Number one, because we are a short party, but number two, because D&D really comes in line online as a like the best times to play is between like what 3 and 10 or something like that.
Yeah.
I feel like
Well, and
that makes the
I
most
think for
sense.
me, yeah, and I think for me personally, it just has to do with honestly, like for this to be a chapter 1, it is a tough freaking chapter 1. So, but yeah, go ahead, guys. Y'all are welcome to level up.
Okay.
Um, I'm gonna go ahead and put Gray as I'm gonna go ahead and level up Gray. And but that's because I already know what my subclass is gonna be, what it takes, how it all works out. But feel free to do it now or later, whenever y'all want to.
Okay. Here's one thing I will ask. Night Hill had mentioned equipment, right? But like for instance, I understand that plate mail armor isn't available. That's 1,500 gold pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but is like splint armor is still expensive, but it's a little less. Is that possible?
Let me see. Hold on one second. Sorry, I say that because I'm leveling up Gray, so that's why I was like, hold on.
Sorry about
Okay.
that.
Yeah, no. Let me see. Armor, D&D Beyond, equipment. Let me see what the armor, because I don't know the armor off the top of my head.
Oh,
So,
it's a 17 AC, a 200 cost, 60 pounds.
and this would be a heavy armor.
Indeed.
You talk about splint.
Yes.
Um, he will have it. Yes.
Okay, sweet. Well,
That will be his personal armor though. Like it comes from his personal armory.
oh, okay, understood.
Um, So he would have that. And as long as it's not non-magical, is there anything that you need, Acer?
I don't think so. No.
Okay, because I was gonna say, like, I don't think these people would have anything non-magical, but or sorry, anything magical, but non-magical they may. So,